Here's why April chose to vaccinate her child.
I think actually meeting someone who was not vaccinated and now has a lifelong struggle with a childhood disease really cemented for me that it's super important that we as parents continue to vaccinate our children.
Talk to your pediatrician or visit yvaccines.com. Brought to you by Merck.
Picture this. It's blazing hot outside and you need to get to work. You get into your car and turn on the AC to get cold air pumping as soon as possible. But it doesn't work. Instead, blowing hot air out of your vents and directly into your face. No, your car doesn't hate you. This issue is commonly caused by low refrigerant due to leaks in the air conditioning system. And there's an easy, all-in-one solution that will restore the cold air in no time. There's no need to go to the shop and pay lots of money when you can save time and money recharging yourself with AC Pro Recharge Kits. AC Pro Recharge Kits make restoring cold air easy for even those with zero DIY experience. And the AC Pro app offers clear, vehicle-specific instructions to help you get the job done in less than 10 minutes. So pick up an AC Pro Recharge Kit at any store selling auto products and confidently restore your car's cold air yourself today. Be a pro with AC Pro.
I'm Sandra, and I'm just the professional your small business was looking for. But you didn't hire me because you didn't use LinkedIn Jobs. LinkedIn has professionals you can't find anywhere else, including those who aren't actively looking for a new job, but might be open to the perfect role, like me.
In a given month, over 70% of LinkedIn users don't visit other leading job sites. So if you're not looking on LinkedIn, you'll miss out on great candidates, like Sandra. Start hiring professionals like a professional. Post your free job on linkedin.com/recommend today.
All right, places, please. The Daly Migs Show is on deck. Guitars plugged in. Drums ready to go. Chickens.
They're clucking.
Other animals. And action. This is the Daly Migs Show on The Rock with Taryn Daly and Steve Migs.
While listening to the Daly Migs Show, please refrain from any unnecessary finger gesturing.
99.9 KISW.
Good morning and happy Freaky Friday, Rockaholics. Can you believe we've made it to the end of the work week?
Finally here.
Also, the final weekend in the month of April.
Oh, gosh.
Where's this year going?
Where's the time going?
Oh, I don't even know, man.
What's the weather like?
You blink and it's over.
How do we become two old people?
I have no idea. We kind of are aging gracefully, though, I think. Look at us.
Gracefully?
Gracefully.
Begrudgingly.
Hey, Steve, I got a question for you.
Yes.
Are you going to let that freak flag fly today?
You know it.
Let's do it, baby, and let's inform our Rockaholics.
Knowledge is power. So give us 5-ish minutes and we'll give you, some interesting stuff you can talk about at work. This is the Daily Migs Download.
AKA the DMD.
Here's your daily dose of doings happening in the world.
And the DMD is brought to you by Palace Lawn. Today is my day.
It is.
Happy National Pretzel Day, everybody.
All glory to pretzels.
How can you score one? I can tell you how you can get some deals. Of course, you got Wetzel's Pretzels. They're giving out free pretzels today starting at 3 p.m. And Annie Ann's, that's my joint right there. Free pretzel deals for Reward Club members. So.
Are you a Reward Club member?
You know it. There are two places that I'm members of, like their app or Reward Club. It's Annie Ann's and Burger King.
Nice.
That's right.
I was going to ask if they charge extra for dipping sauces, but you probably wouldn't know the answer to the question.
I'm the guy that says, I don't need that. And they look at me like I'm crazy.
Because you are.
Hey, yesterday, a lot of football fans were going crazy because the NFL draft started off in Detroit. It looked awesome. I got to say, like the way they set it all up, they made Detroit look good, which is a tall task.
The fans were crazy outside of that place.
Yeah.
That was bonkers.
And I have to say, I'm a little hungover because I decided to play our drinking game that we put together, and we put it up on all of our social media pages. My Lord, if somebody actually did play that drinking game, you would still be drunk.
They'd be hospitalized, probably.
I mean, I heard so many people going, let's go to the team, the hugs, all that stuff. Everything was happening. Roger Goodell was getting booed. The number one draft pick, Caleb Williams. I don't think anybody was too shocked by that, getting picked by the Chicago Bears. One of many quarterbacks picked in the first round. 6 quarterbacks. I think it was like 14 offensive player picks before somebody picked a defensive player.
Crazy.
The Seahawks, they picked a defensive player. They went defense. They're building this wall on the defensive line, and they addressed one of their biggest issues, which was stopping the run. They were one of the worst teams at that, so they grabbed a guy who definitely can help them stop the run, and that is Byron Murphy from Texas.
With the 16th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Seattle Seahawks select Byron Murphy, defensive tackle, Texas.
There you go, Booger, your defensive tackle off the board. He had 5 sacks and scored a touchdown on offense as the Longhorns made their run to the college football playoff. Last season was named the Big 12 Defensive Lineman of the Year.
To me, he's the best defensive tackle in this draft from the standpoint of having that knockback and using his hands. And some people say, well, he doesn't have the ideal length.
Well, that's a personal thing to bring up about his ideal length, but at least he has some good hands. That was pretty damn awesome. It was good to see him getting picked. And also, here's Coach Mike McDonald. Weird saying that, not saying Pete Carroll, but Coach Mike McDonald talking about how happy they are that they were able to grab such a great player. I mean, not that 16's late in the draft, but that kind of player, if they didn't have so many great quarterbacks in the draft, would have went a lot higher in the draft picks. And here's Mike McDonald talking about that.
He just plays our style of football, really. I mean, and he's so talented. Versatility along the front. Plays such an aggressive player. Plays violently.
Nice.
Heavy hands for a guy like shorter stature, flexible. Pass rush flexibility, you name it. But yeah, just really excited to have him.
Violent and flexible. That's how I like my ladies.
Yeah. Pretty cool local story to come out of the draft here. Talicia Fuaga, who went to high school at Mount Tahoma High School in Tacoma, is officially a professional football player. He played O-line at Oregon State and was selected as the 15th overall pick last night in the first round of the 2024 NFL Draft in Detroit by the New Orleans Saints. This kid is 6'6", like 330.
He's a beast, yeah.
He is massive.
And also, he was the reason why we had a drink as well, because I think they referred to him as a beast. And he was also wearing a matching shirt with his dad, I believe.
So great.
It was pretty damn awesome. And a big surprise that happened, and it involved a local tie-in, which was the UW Huskies. At number 9, Michael Penix Jr. got picked. That was a pretty big deal. Actually, a couple Huskies back-to-back. It was him and Rome Odunze. He got picked right after that to Chicago, so he's going to be working with Caleb Williams. But you can even hear it in the announcer's voice when I think it was Rich Eisen when Michael Penix was picked number 9 by the Atlanta Falcons.
With the 8th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Atlanta Falcons select Michael Penix Jr.
Wow.
Washington.
That is the first surprise of the NFL draft, to say the least.
And it was a big surprise because in the offseason, they just signed Kirk Cousins, who's like 35, but a 4-year deal, $100 million of it is guaranteed. So that was kind of crazy, but I guess they just saw something that they didn't want to pass up on. And also, Michael Penix didn't have any pressure to have to start right away. He could kind of learn under Kirk Cousins or just kind of like get more acclimated to the NFL. But that was kind of crazy. I know like Oakland Raiders or Las Vegas Raiders fans were like, what the hell? Because they were expecting to get one of those quarterbacks, but they were all picked before they even got to make a pick.
Wild times. Last night, or I guess it was yesterday day, the Seattle Mariners secured a 4-3 victory over the Texas Rangers, clinching the series and taking back the lead in the AL West. Luis Castillo delivered 6 solid innings.
Finally.
I guess this is our year.
It finally is. Back in first place. And tonight they're at T-Mobile Park with the turn ahead the clock giveaway. So if you want to get those freaky jerseys, you can get them.
There are any number of reasons you might consider selling your home. That's where an agent who is a realtor comes in to navigate the process to sell your home in a way that's right for you. Because that's who we are. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors.
Look around. You can find cars like these on AutoTrader. Like that car riding your tail. Or if you're tailgating right now, all those cars doubling as kitchens and living rooms are on AutoTrader too. Are you working out and listening to this ad at the same time? Well, multitasking pro, cars like the ones in the gym parking lot are for sale on AutoTrader. New cars, used cars, electric cars, maybe even flying cars. Okay, no flying cars, but as soon as they get invented, they'll be on AutoTrader. Just you wait. AutoTrader.
At Metro, get an iPhone 12 with 5G and a dual camera system for $99.99. Take amazing pictures and share them instantly. And don't put up with life's yada yada. Yada yada. Like photo bombers. Zoom, crop out, yada yada. And bye.
You don't take yada yada in life, don't take yada yada from your wireless provider. Get iPhone 12 with 5G with no activation fees and nada yada yada. Only at Metro by T-Mobile. Switch to Metro, bring your ID. This offer isn't available for customers currently at T-Mobile or that have been with Metro in the past 180 days.
Tonight.
I think it's like the first 15,000.
You are correct. The weather, high of 60. It's going to be cloudy. That's the DMD, and that's what's up.
The draft, puppies, and bubbles. That sums up our days yesterday, and we're going to tell you all about it at 6:20.
The Daily Migs Show. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. Especially these. Each picture captures a moment in time in the crazy lives of the Daily Migs Show. Here's 4 shots to wake you up.
You should give the Daily Migs Show a follow on social media. Guaranteed thrilling content. Our handle is at Daily Migs. Guaranteed.
Guaranteed. And sometimes we guarantee we'll get you drunk with our draft drinking game.
That I believe we did feature one of those photos. If you go and check out our social right now, we have a picture that has 4 shots within it, 4 things that summed up our day yesterday. Steve Migs, will you please do the honor of starting us off with our 4 shots?
I feel like both mine and yours are going to kind of fall into the same category because now being a parent, I'm learning certain things about being a dad and trying to do my best for my kid. And I'm realizing sometimes you just got to just suck it up and be stuck outside in the stupid rain while your kid wants to play. And that's exactly what happened yesterday. You'll just see a picture of my kid in the backyard. And if you look close enough, there are bubbles. And what is it with bubbles and children? It's like crack.
You know what?
Puppies, apparently.
Have you picked up the bubble? There's a bubble machine that you can get at Target for like $15, maybe $14, and a giant bottle of bubble juice.
Yeah.
Then you don't have to do any of that. You just load it up and let it go.
That thing goes quick. We have 2 of those. We have 2 different bubble machines. You load it up with the bubble juice, soap water. And next thing you know, within like 3 minutes, it's empty. And I'm like, we are just wasting
just
bubble juice.
Bubble juice.
Nonstop, just pouring it in. And of course, my wife is not home. I'm home with Tatum and the puppy, and the dog is jumping around trying to get all the bubbles. Tatum's running around saying this is the greatest day ever. I'm wet and miserable. And then finally I get her inside, and then Mom comes in right when I get her inside. I'm like, oh, I have enough time to dry them all off. The dog is soaked. Oh. The kid's hair, even though she had a hat on, somehow her hair was wet. And my wife's like, what the... She doesn't curse, but if she did, she definitely said, what the F? But she's like, what in the world were you 2 doing outside?
I had a very similar experience to yours. My photo is just me holding an umbrella, drinking wine in the rain while my child was playing in a mud puddle.
I did it wrong. I didn't involve any alcohol in my situation.
I was like, this is the only way to survive right now. So he's playing in a mud puddle like your dogs. Mine were completely filthy and disgusting. Finally got inside at some point after lots of begging and pleading and attempted to dry us all off. But it was a wet, nasty, gross day. But that does not faze children.
It's funny. There are some times where I'm like, it's nice outside. You want to go outside? No, Daddy. Every time. It doesn't fail. If it's raining outside, can we go outside and play?
Oh, yeah.
All right. I mean, sure. Let's get our raincoats on.
And Barrett is standing in the mud puddles going, how deep is this mud puddle, Mom? I'm like, I don't know, 3 inches, Barrett. How deep is this mud puddle, Mom? I don't know, 2 inches, Barrett. I have no idea. I'm not going to measure.
Does he not test it out?
He's just in his little bog boots stomping around.
Hell yeah.
Oh, well, Sarah, I love your shot.
Yeah, I'm jealous because you guys were inside.
There's a dog snuggling warm on the couch.
Oh, yeah. I was warm. I was toasty. I was dry. I am dog sitting my mother's little Maltese Yorkie, so a Morkie. So it's a little tiny thing.
I was trying to figure out what the nickname is.
Yeah, I get confused too. And I decided to watch the draft.
Did you play the game?
I tried to. I lasted like 20 minutes, and I was like, I got through 2 glasses of wine, and I was like, I'm going to feel really bad if I kill this entire bottle.
And I blame John Ryan. Seahawks great because one of the suggestions he had was take a drink every time Roger Goodell was booed. He was booed nonstop every time. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, how bad do I want to feel this morning? So I quit the game, but I actually watched a lot of the draft. And my friend and I, we were texting each other during it because her boyfriend is a really big football fan. And so we added another thing to drink. And it's anytime we think someone's sexy on screen.
Uh-oh.
So there was a lot of sexy men up there. So we were down them till I quit.
I was got a question. I was just curious about what do you think about our Seahawks pick as far as on the sexy level?
He's all
Not
right.
impressed? He wouldn't be your top 16 pick?
No. Rome, though, I don't know if you guys remember Rome. I will never forget that name.
Oh, yeah.
Rome is a sexy
The wide
man.
receiver from the Huskies?
Woo!
Now the Chicago Bears?
Yes.
Hey, Sarah, real quick, though, before we move on to Danny's shot, can you do an impression of what your mom's dog sounds like when he gets excited?
Oh, gosh. When he gets excited or sees anyone. I kid you not.
Can you please record that?
That is what a little Morky sounds like if he's walking and sees another dog, if he's walking and sees another human. He sounds like he's being murdered.
Danny, can you save that clip of Sarah doing the impression?
Yeah.
I don't know when it's going to happen, but at some point, please take out your phone and record this song. I want to see how close you are to the impression.
Okay, I will.
Yeah.
For sure.
So how you feeling about the new dog?
Oh, besides random moments when he does that or feels like I feel like sometimes he gets a little moody and I think he wants to bite my head off. But besides that, he's amazing.
I like that you're getting bullied by a 6-pound dog.
Yeah, it's a 6-pound dog and the teeth are so tiny. So even if he tries to nip at you, it doesn't, you barely feel it.
Danny.
Hi.
Last but certainly not least, saving the best for last. Tell us about your shot.
Oddly, I was hanging out with somebody who also makes that noise when he gets excited, and that was Joey.
It must be a family thing.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, your brother, Sarah, I don't know. No, we were watching the draft, too. We usually do Thirsty Thursdays, and he comes over to West Seattle, and we go check out a couple of different places, and we ended up at Matador.
Awesome spot.
So good. And they have a great happy hour on food, so we got some Brussels sprouts and some salsa and guacamole. But, of course, the draft was on.
What were the Brussels sprouts like doused in?
Oh, of course, honey.
Okay.
Yeah, honey and like some spicy. They had some red peppers in there. Oh,
if I see Brussels sprouts on any restaurant's menu as an appetizer, I'm like, I know it's not just Brussels sprouts. Like they are making them very unhealthy and very delicious.
May I just suggest really quickly that we go on a Brussels sprouts tour and we just try to find as many Brussels sprouts on appetizer menus as we can.
In Pure Up, Sushiari.
Deal.
The Brussels sprouts, they're phenomenal.
So we were just watching. We were sitting there having a drink and having our appetizers, and we look up and the draft's on, and I was like, you know, we could spend more money here, or we could just go home. I have whiskey at home. Let's just go and sit on the couch and watch the draft at home. So we left during the 5th pick. We got home, and it was only like around the 10th pick, and we're like, let's watch until the Seahawks pick. So that's the most I ever watched the draft in my entire life, and I was actually like pretty invested in it. Like I was asking all the questions, and Joe was giving me all the answers of like different who's going where, and I was like, we should make bets, and we were watching all the different things. The one thing that I will say that we noticed from the draft is I was like, Joe, it's kind of sad because all of the moms are our age.
Oh, I know.
I was
like, who's that hot lady? I'm like, oh, that's his mom.
That's his mom.
That's his mom.
I was like, it has to be his girlfriend. Has to be the girlfriend. And I was like, no, it's every time they would go and talk to him, it was like, whoever's mom. And I was like, Joe, we are officially at that age.
That hurts me.
Did you see the guy that got drafted early in the draft? I think he got drafted by the Chargers, Joe Alt, the big dude.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you were watching it on ESPN, but they weren't doing a good job of like when they would cut to the players, there was a delay. So when they cut after they make the announcement, the players are at home and they're all just staring at the TV.
Yeah.
I'm like, this guy does not look happy. Then I find out 10, 15 seconds later, they cut back to him and he's freaking out. But there's a shot of him and his girlfriend just looks so unenthused.
Yep.
And I was like, man, that's got to suck because you just don't know when they're going to cut to you. I feel like they need to warn you so you could take the RBF face off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yesterday began the NFL draft. So we wanted to have our own draft, but we need your help, Rockaholics. We just need you to call us up now to answer a simple question.
Very simple.
Call us up at 206-803-ROCK. We will have the KISW Rock Draft after AC/DC.
The Daly Migs Show.
With the draft going on, we have decided to come up with our own draft where we want you, the Rockaholics, to make your number one draft pick based on some questions that our girl Sarah came up with.
Oh, boy.
You can pick anyone from our show, me, Migs, Danny, or Sarah, anyone from the men's room, Miles Thrill, Ted, or Mike,
okay,
or even Ryan Castle. Heck, even Kevin Deers.
Oh, yeah, let's throw Kevin Deers into the mix.
Yeah.
He's the sleeper pick. He'll be like the Michael Penix, surprising everybody.
So let's take our first call. Jamie in
Hi,
Lake
good morning.
Taps. Good morning. If you had to choose anyone from the KISW staff to drink with, who is your number one pick?
Oh, man. It would have to be Sarah or Steve. I'm going to go with Sarah.
Yeah.
Sarah.
Good
No,
choice.
Yeah, Sarah.
Why would you go with Sarah?
Because she always answers the calls when I call you guys.
Oh, okay. Well, she's willing to talk to you is what you're pretty much saying.
They have a
Okay.
relationship.
That's fair. I respect that pick.
Jeff in Puyallup, if you had to choose anyone from the KISW staff to skinny dip with, who is your number one pick?
Oh, man. All right, Taryn, we're going with you.
I'm in. Let's go. Let's
Wait, so you're not going to go with Mike Hawk from the men's room?
He'd be a really good snuggle afterwards, Mike would be, for sure. Terry from West Texas, your question. If you had to choose anyone from the KISW staff to share a jail cell with, who is your number one pick?
Breaking up.
Oh. Are you there, Terry?
Terry's in West Texas? Is he picking up Byron Murray, our new player?
Can you hear us, Terry?
He's got 10 minutes on the clock. No, it's not like that, Draft.
Alonzo in Des Moines, we'll ask you that question. If you had to choose anyone from the KISW staff to share a jail cell with, who is your number one pick?
Ooh, I'd say Thrill.
Thrill. Now, why would you go with Thrill?
Have a lot of good. He seems to have a lot of good stories, so maybe he'd make the time go by quickly.
You know, that's a good.
That's good reasoning.
Yeah.
I like that choice.
Yeah, Thrill is never at a loss for words, and he could definitely, in a good way. But will we be serving alcohol behind bars? Because then when you get Thrill a couple of drinks, you'll never get a word in.
Toilet wine.
That's what I was thinking. They'll be making their own.
Yeah.
And you know, wasn't he a chef before he got into the world of radio?
That's true.
So if anyone would be able to take his skill set
behind bars.
I have no idea how to make toilet wine, so I would be a terrible pick.
Yeah.
Kyle in Monroe, your question. If you had to choose anyone from the KISW staff to go to a concert with, who would be your number one pick?
Oh, well, I'd probably have to say Sarah, just because she seems to be the more energetic and kind of excited kind of person that. I don't know. It might be fun.
Sure, but
She's celebrating in the other room right now because she can hear you.
You'd be watching Usher, though, so.
Oh. Well, I can always bring earplugs, too.
That's fair. And that might work out later when she gets drunk.
Ken in Puyallup, your question. If you had to choose anyone from the KISW staff to go on vacation with, who is your number one pick?
Gotta be Ted. Sorry.
That's a good pick.
Ted's a great choice. He loves to drink.
And he's worldly. Have you ever heard the travels of Ted?
Well, only if there's a college football game happening or some kind of NASCAR or a Formula One thing going on. But yeah, you're absolutely right. He's been all around the block.
Yep.
That was a good draft.
They made some good picks.
Yeah. Very good picks. Now, I want to pick someone to beat Steve this morning. Is it going to happen? If you would like a shot at beating Steve, he is currently 104 wins, 27 losses, and 15 ties in 2024. 206-803-ROCK. We'll play Beat Migs at 6:50.
The Daily Migs Show.
At Metro, get an iPhone 12 with 5G and a dual camera system for $99.99. Take amazing pictures and share them instantly. And don't put up with life's yada yada.
Yada yada.
Like photo bombers. Zoom, crop out,
Yada yada.
and bye.
You don't take yada yada in life, don't take yada yada from your wireless provider. Get iPhone 12 with 5G with no activation fees and nada yada yada. Only at Metro by T-Mobile. Switch to Metro, bring your ID. This offer isn't available for customers currently at T-Mobile or that have been with Metro in the past 180 days.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Here's why April chose to vaccinate her child.
I think actually meeting someone who was not vaccinated and now has a lifelong struggle with a childhood disease really cemented for me that it's super important that we as parents continue to vaccinate our children.
Talk to your pediatrician or visit yvaccines.com. Brought to you by Merck.
There are any number of reasons you might consider selling your home. That's where an agent who is a realtor comes in to navigate the process to sell your home in a way that's right for you. Because that's who we are. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors.
I'm Sandra, and I'm just the professional your small business was looking for. But you didn't hire me because you didn't use LinkedIn Jobs. LinkedIn has professionals you can't find anywhere else, including those who aren't actively looking for a new job, but might be open to the perfect role, like me.
In a given month, over 70% of LinkedIn users don't visit other leading job sites. So if you're not looking on LinkedIn, you'll miss out on great candidates like Sandra. Start hiring professionals like a professional. Post your free job on linkedin.com/recommend today.
Listen as Selenia tells us why she chose to vaccinate her daughter.
I definitely felt like the pros far outweighed the cons. The diseases that I am protecting my child against, they're still here. And at the end of the day, it's my job as a mother to keep my child safe.
Talk to your child's doctor and learn more at yvaccines.com. Brought to you by Merck.
The Daly Migs Show presents the most popular radio game on this side of the speaker. Let's play Beat Migs. Beat Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa! Beat Migs, you're
a loser. Who's ready to beat Migs? I know I sure am, because we made it. It's Friday. Maybe.
Friday, motherfucking Friday. Everybody's ready for the weekend.
There you go.
Everybody's looking forward to the weekend.
I can do a little fist bump in my seat. Yeah.
Friday.
If I ever forget, never fails, because Taryn just slowly scooches her chair back.
I know.
And slowly gets up. And I'm like, why is she? Oh, she's getting ready to jump.
She usually takes off her jacket, too. She did not today.
Oh, I didn't. I left my jacket on.
Wow,
is that even a jacket?
It's called a shrug. Like a sweater shrug.
It looks like an unfinished yarning project.
Oh my God. It is
like I just forgot at the bottom. But what do you think of my Mariners throwback?
I love it.
This is from spring training, 91. I was 6 years old, and my dad brought this shirt home.
So that's not like a fake vintage shirt. That's a legit vintage shirt.
I've had this since I was a kid.
You have so many shirts from back in the day. I'm impressed that you haven't thrown them away.
Yeah, I'm a saver of shirts.
And do they not smell?
No,
you haven't grown since you were 6?
Well, I mean, so I think my parents used to always buy like adult shirts and bring them to the kids.
She'll grow into it when she's in her 30s.
Here she is.
Now I'm in the process of growing out of it. So
let's get to Christopher from Port Orchard. Christopher, are you there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm Sarah, your host, and it's time for you to get out of here, Steve.
Bye-bye.
For those playing at home, Christopher has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Let's go.
Oranges are a great source of what vitamin?
C.
Correct. What is a group of crows called?
Flock.
No.
Pass.
The first ever NFL draft happened in what decade?
50s.
No.
60s.
No.
40s.
No. Who played the title character in the movie Deadpool?
Oh, I don't know. Johnny Depp, Keanu Reeves.
No.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No. Tennessee and what Midwest state each border 8 other states?
Oh my gosh. Oklahoma.
No.
Indiana.
No.
Maine.
No. Walt Disney famously said, if you can dream it, you can what?
Achieve it.
No.
Live it.
No.
Be it.
No. Instead of cream cheese, Italian cheesecake is made with what kind of cheese?
Cottage.
No.
String.
No.
Swiss.
No.
I really want some string cheesecake. God love you, Christopher.
Chris, I do love me some string cheese, but no, not on a cheesecake. You got one correct. So people might say...
Better than a deuce.
It's actually not better than
a deuce.
Oh, better than a 0.
Yeah. Oh, a goose. Yeah, a goose. Not a deuce. But you're number 1, so that's fun. Right?
Better than a deuce and a deuce.
Steve, I'm not a betting girl, but I think I would bet on you today.
Really?
I think I would. Are you ready?
Yes.
Oranges are a great source of what vitamin?
Vitamin C.
Yeah. What is a group of crows called?
A murder.
Yes.
I love
the
that.
first ever NFL draft happened in what decade?
I don't know. 40s?
No.
30s?
Yes, you do know. Who played the title character in the movie Deadpool?
Ryan Reynolds.
Yes. Tennessee and what Midwest state each border 8 other states?
Illinois.
No.
Arkansas.
No.
North Dakota.
No. Walt Disney famously said, if you can dream it, you can what?
Eat it.
No.
Do it.
Do it, yes. Instead of cream cheese, Italian cheesecake is made with what kind of cheese?
Huh?
Instead of cream cheese, Italian cheesecake is made with what kind of cheese?
Goat?
No. Ew.
Cow?
I mean, no.
Oh, American?
No. The Berlin Wall was built in what decade?
I'm going to go to 30s.
No.
40s.
No.
50s.
No.
Damn it.
O is the symbol for which chemical element?
Oxygen.
Yes. American cheesecake?
I don't know. I was like, I don't know.
Doesn't make mine sound that much worse, does it?
Christopher suggested string cheesecake.
I'd eat it.
Well, Steve, it doesn't matter. You got that one wrong because you got 6 correct, which is a win, 6-1. Sorry, Christopher.
I only know cream cheesecake.
And you're Italian.
Yeah, that doesn't mean I'm making Italian cream cheese or Italian cheesecake.
What do
Mozzarella?
No, they put it in lasagna.
Oh, crap. Oh,
Come on.
No, what the hell is it? Regatta.
Yes. Ricotta.
Regatta.
Yes, they use
I play my
regatta
mouth. That's how
cheese.
she would pronounce it.
I'm like, it's not a G, it's a C in there.
I know.
The Berlin Wall was built in the 60s. 1961.
I went in the wrong direction.
And Tennessee and what Midwest state each border 8 other states? They're the 2 states that border the most states.
Missouri? No.
Yes.
It is? Holy cow, that was a total guess.
No, you sounded very confident when you guessed it. Missouri. Like someone's tickling you or something.
Well, congratulations, Steve.
Rat City Roller Derby is celebrating their 20th anniversary, and they have a big event happening a week from tomorrow, next Saturday. So we will catch up with 2 of the members of Rat City Roller Derby, Master Bowder and More Butts.
That's their actual names,
Yes.
too. That's their birth-given names.
We saw the certificates.
Uh-huh.
And we're going to talk with them after the Odyssey World premiere of Motley Crue, Dogs of War.
The Daily Migs Show.
Steve Migs, there is nothing I enjoy more than celebrating a birthday or an anniversary. And when there's a 5 or a 0 on the end, it makes it all the more special.
More epic, yes.
Way more epic. So I'm super excited right now to introduce our next guest on the Daily Migs Show. We have Master Bowder from Rat City Roller Derby. How are you this morning? And congratulations, it's the 20th anniversary of Rat City Roller Derby.
Thank you. We are so excited that Rat City is celebrating 20 years in Seattle. It's a really big milestone for us. And I also wanted to let you know that we also have more butts with us today.
It's about time we got more butts. Yeah. One of my favorite things about roller derby is the creative names, from More Butts to Elizabeth Taylor is a member of your team. I thought that one was pretty awesome. I also love Damage Control, but I'm saying it in a way that I can't really say the actual version because she spells it a little bit different, and I can't get away with that. These names are so great.
Yeah, I think
we love the names.
Yeah, I was going to say having a name is just really part of the fun. I think in joining a roller derby team, it's like sometimes you have an idea and sometimes someone else gives you the name and it just is the right fit.
That was my question. I was like, are you given the name? Do you come in? Because, I mean, sometimes what if you came in with a name and I was like, yeah, we're not giving you that name. You're not that cool.
Yeah, that happened to me the first time around. I started Derby and the name was just, it did not stick. It turns out, though, that people really like saying the word butts. And so that name stuck.
So, and I've heard that there's like a website that you have to go to register the roller derby name. How many names are on that list?
Oh, thousands. I mean, I don't think that it's been updated in recent years, but I first joined Derby 10 years ago when we were using it. And so, yeah, thousands and thousands. And I think back in the day, you tried not to have the same name as someone else anywhere. Now I think it's more of like a regional courtesy. So you're not playing people with the same name as you.
What do you say? What would you think is the most popular name that people always go for?
Well, I will say I just went to a tournament with one of our skaters, Gnarly Quinn, and someone else there had the same name, and I was pretty surprised.
One I saw years ago was Blunt Force Drama, and that was one I'm like, that's just genius. That's so genius. And you guys are celebrating the 20th anniversary. Tell us about this season and also maybe how long you've been involved each individually with Rat City Roller Derby.
So I started with Rat City in 2012. I started skating, played for a couple of seasons, had a kid, coached, came back as a skater just after COVID. And it's so fun to be back in this community. This 20th season has been really fun to reconnect with alumni who have been a part of this league for the past 20 years and revisit things like a cool old logo that we found on a poster that was in a window of a bar, like just the history of Rat City in the Seattle area has been so cool to sort of rediscover as we have gone back in and looked for sort of artifacts for this 20th season.
You brought up something I'd love to just kind of touch on for a second, because I for what I do on the side, and I don't make money from it, it's just something I love to do. I do independent wrestling, so like the theatrical version of it. But and I know Murray Grande, who is involved with Rat City Roller Derby, he was involved with wrestling as well. And a lot of people always ask me, why do you do it? Like you're hurting yourself. I'll wake up sore. I'll injure parts of my body. I'll come in with a black eye or whatever it may be. And myself, I have a 4-year-old kid, and that gets in my head as well. It's like, oh, why am I doing this? But I can't stop doing it because it just fulfills something that I have a hard time articulating it to people who don't get it. Do you find that you have to deal with that as well? Because, doing roller derby is very dangerous. And then, like you said, you have a kid. How do you explain what you do, what your passion is when there is such a risk of doing it?
There are a couple things. One, my daughter is 8 and she also plays like little mini roller derby.
Awesome.
So this has been a pretty cool thing that we get to share together. There are a couple of things. I have a pretty high demanding job. This allows me to completely check out of my demanding job. You literally cannot think about anything else except playing this game or you will get knocked on your rear end.
Yeah.
It is a really insanely supportive community. And when I say incredibly supportive, it is like if I went to Paris or Tokyo or Amsterdam, there is a roller derby team there where I could crash on somebody's couch. It's this kind of community that's super tight because of what you do, no matter where you're at. Plus, it's an incredibly diverse group of people, a lot of different body types, sexual orientations, skin colors. People are passionate about doing this in particular, and it's sort of what brings us together, but it's a really cool community.
That's awesome.
We are talking with Master Bowder and More Butt of the Rat City Roller Derby, and we are so excited that you guys are celebrating
more butts.
More
Can
butts,
you please
excuse
get
me.
the last name proper?
Plural.
Yes.
And you're celebrating the season finale coming up Saturday, May 4th. Tell us about what's going on then.
Yeah, so that is our big championship bout. It's going to be an exciting day. Tickets are on sale now. Doors open at 2:45. We'll kick it off with our first bout featuring Grave Danger, one of our home teams, and they're going to be taking on the Rose City Wreckers from Portland. And then following that, we'll have our alumni exhibition where you'll see some familiar faces like Carmen Getsum, Clobber and Maine, Lily Lightning. And then it's the big championship bout, which is featuring the Throttle Rockets, my home team, versus Derby Liberation Front, which is More Butts team. So I thought it would be fun to have us both on since we'll be competing.
So if people want more info, they can go to ratcityrollerderby.com. The finale of the 20th anniversary season is next weekend, happening at Magnuson Park Hangar 30.
Yep.
Show up and support. This is going to be amazing.
Cheer loud. We'll have a beer garden, a silent auction, 3 food trucks. It's going to be awesome. And
Sold.
It's all ages for the event.
So much fun. And thank you for taking some time out, and congratulations on 20 years. That's crazy to me that it's been 20 years. That it's nuts.
Thank you so much for having us on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I'm just looking at one of these text messages we just got. It says in Los Angeles, there's a male coach for the Derby team, and he is called Hurtin' Ernie.
Oh, that's epic.
Yes. That's the best name ever.
Rockaholics, all week long, we have been doing an experiment. We wanted to see if the Rockaholics, with the help of artificial intelligence, could write a better record than the Tortured Poets Department from Taylor Swift. And if you missed any of the songs, don't worry. We will play for you the Tortured Rockaholics Department, an EP of 4 songs at 7:20.
The Daily Migs Show.
Look around. You can find cars like these on AutoTrader. New cars, used cars, electric cars, maybe even flying cars. Okay, no flying cars, but as soon as they get invented, they'll be on AutoTrader. Just you wait. AutoTrader.
A lot can happen between falling in love with a house and owning it. Having an advocate who can help you navigate negotiations, timelines, inspections, and more can make all the difference. That's what the expertise of a Realtor can do for you, because that's who we are. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors.
Hiring for your small business? If you're not looking for professionals on LinkedIn, you're looking in the wrong place. That's like looking for your car keys in a fish tank. LinkedIn helps you hire professionals you can't find anywhere else, even those who aren't actively searching for a new job but might be open to the perfect role. In a given month, over 70% of LinkedIn users don't even visit other leading job sites. So start looking in the right place. With LinkedIn, you can hire professionals like a professional. Post your free job on linkedin.com/recommend today.
We have had a glorious time this week with an experiment we've been conducting, Rockaholics, and we wanted to see, with your help and with the help of artificial intelligence, if we could write a better record than the Tortured Poets Department.
Yes. And I don't know. I feel like we might have accomplished it.
I'm feeling pretty strong about that.
Yes.
Sarah, not so much.
No, not at all. I'm like, around this time every day this week, I've been so upset.
She's very defensive.
I am.
She's our resident Swiftie.
Yeah.
And on
See,
Monday,
even being a fan of Taylor Swift, I can appreciate that our Rockaholics are more talented than her.
Wow.
No?
I mean, yeah.
Okay, just kidding.
turning back the clock, Monday.
Yes.
This is when we began this quest, and it was the Tortured Drivers Department.
That's very true. So we were taking calls from people because it ended up we were at our party at Chuck E. Cheese, and we met a lot of people who drive truck, drive Uber, DoorDash, and we got into some conversation about some of their horror stories. Like, you know what, we should take these calls on the air. So what we did was open up the phone lines, the text line, and say, share some of your stories about being a driver. And then we would take those stories, plug them into this website, suno.com, and within a minute, it would write a full-on song with vocals, music, guitar, drums, all that stuff. And then we could even pick what kind of genre we wanted to do.
And the Tortured Drivers Department, we went with country.
We did. And these are just some of the examples just so you could kind of play along. Somebody told us a story about their car flipping over. I think escorts offering their services to an Uber driver. Rabbits running around the road while a guy was driving truck. A girlfriend that likes to flash other people while he's driving around. So this is On the Open Road, the song written by our Rockaholics.
My old Chevy truck, I hit the gas, wanna run. Feel steady country music on the stereo, I'm in a hush. Headlights cutting through the dark as the night unfolds. Cars flipping over, but I keep on rolling down the road.
Well, that's the second version. We didn't. That wasn't even the original version. That's the old school version, which is still great.
Yeah,
that was still really great.
That was great. Because it'll crank out two, right? For every...
Yeah, it cranks out two, so that's the kind of funny part. So that was the second version of the country song that it gave us.
I love that.
So we hear the rest of it?
Passing by the truck stop where the escorts gather. They offer their services, but I politely decline. Don't matter, just chasing freedom in this never-ending quest with the rabbits running around. Dodging them is the ultimate test. On the open road where the memories are made, with my sweetheart by my side, living life unafraid. Her laughter fills the cab as she rolls down the black. A wild-hearted girl with a love for a flag.
I feel like we got to send it to our friends over at The Wolf. They should be playing this song.
Absolutely. A toe tapper.
Passing by the truck stop where the escorts gather. They offer their services, but I politely decline. Don't matter, just chasing freedom in this never-ending quest with rabbits running around. Dodging them is the ultimate test. On the open road.
On the open road.
On the open road.
Shout out to all the Rockaholic drivers who helped us write the Tortured Drivers Department.
And we realized as the week went on that escorts seem to be the ongoing theme. So it's a concept record. There's a theme to it.
It certainly is. On Tuesday, it was the Tortured Security Department.
Right. So we took calls from security guards, and they were telling us crazy stories about getting slapped by an escort, body checked a shoplifter at a Bartell's, people making love in an elevator, one dude by the name of Mike that was setting off explosions. And so this time around, what was the genre we went with?
Metal.
Yeah. And the song was called Guardians of Chaos. I think this one was my favorite.
Yes. That does channel some Judas Priest in there.
So great.
I could hear Rob Halford singing that song, Guardians of Chaos.
And I love that the AI drummer kicking it on the double bass.
On Wednesday, we paid a visit to the Tortured Musicians Department. You know, Steve Migs, you and Danny both have been in bands, and you guys have always had crazy stories. So we wanted to hear those stories from our Rockaholics, and they showed up with some great ones.
Someone shared a story about playing just in front of 3 people. One person played at a massage parlor that was doing some escort type stuff there as well. One told a story about his bassist stealing the instruments and trying to sell them. Another person was kicked out of a coffee shop for playing too loud. And then also another person busted a bandmate making love in the practice space. The song is called Hidden Melodies, and it was requested that we do a pop song for this one.
Played in front of just a few, 3 people nodding, that's the crew. A massage parlor gave us a chance, played a show there. It was quite the dance. Bassist played some sneaky games, stole our instruments, what a shame. Kicked out of a coffee shop, too loud they said, but we kept on rocking. Just shook our heads. Hidden melodies, we keep chasing the dream through the ups and downs, we'll make it. It seems living for the music, no matter what it takes. Finding love in practice space.
That's the best part. Someone was asking, who's singing on these songs? The robots. That's the weird part.
They're pouring their hearts out.
We type this stuff in. It gives us exactly all of this. The music, the vocals, the lyrics, all of it done by robots.
We wrapped up our 4-song EP with the Tortured Coaches Department, kind of inspired by the NFL draft happening this week, and just all of the thankless, youth coaches, and they don't get thanked enough for the saintly work that they do, working with kids and crazy parents.
The stories are great. One coach talked about kicking a ball and accidentally breaking a grandma's nose. Another one, the coach was a drug dealer. Another one, a coach took the kids to a Hooters restaurant. And another one, all the kids saw the coaches naked. And this one was also requested to be a hip-hop song, and it's called Running with the Team.
Coaches on the court, gotta teach them right. One coach went left, turned into a fight. Kicked the ball so hard, it broke grandma's nose. Thought he was a teacher, turned out he's a crook that does. Coach was a dealer, dealing drugs on the side, told the kids to hide, but the truth couldn't hide, took them to Hooters. Thought it was all fun, but innocence was shattered. Saw Coach in the sun. Running with the team, the coaches ain't clean, gotta find a new way. Gotta live a new dream. Can't trust them with the youth. They bringing the wrong truth. Gonna rise above. Find a coach that's true.
And I felt like this one was a song with a message.
Absolutely. Rockaholics, I know you probably want to stream this wonderful 4-song collection. And I think
at least the metal song.
Yeah,
the metal song ruled. The country one wasn't too bad either.
I think we're going to put it up on social media too. So if you want to re-listen to any of these, You're really going to enjoy it. Really going to enjoy it. Share it with all your friends. One of the best parts of the NFL draft, without question, is when they show footage of the team calling the player to say he's being drafted. And the one that the Seahawks made to the number 16 pick, Byron Murphy, did not disappoint. You're going to hear it after Twisted Sister.
The Daly Migs Show.
The NFL draft began last night. And speaking of the draft, we're actually going to be chatting with Seahawks Hall of Famer Walter Jones about it. So be tuning in this morning at 9 a.m. as he will join the program. One of the best parts of the draft is when the team releases the video of them calling the player to let them know that they made the team, that they're being drafted. So the Seahawks released the draft call they made to Byron Murphy, who was their pick at number 16.
And the call's great. And I know we did a drinking game on our website and on our social media pages for the actual draft, but I feel like if we did a drinking game for this phone call and you had to take a drink every time he says, yes, sir, you would be blacked out within 30 seconds. I love this guy, man. Sometimes you hear players crying. Other times they don't sound like they're excited at all, but you get the vibe that he is fired up to be a member of the Seattle Seahawks.
Hello?
Hey, is this Byron?
Yes, sir.
Byron, this is John Schneider with the Seattle Seahawks. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great.
Good, man. Hey, we don't care what your agent says about you, man. We think you're a hell of a football player. We're going to select you right here, okay, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Okay, man. Come be a Seahawk, man. Hey, here's our head coach. Here's our head coach, Mike McDonald, okay?
Yes, sir.
Oh, congratulations. Can't wait to see you, bud.
I can't wait either, Coach. Can't wait to see you too, Coach.
Byron.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man. Congratulations, brother.
Thank you.
Give it up for Byron, man. The place is going crazy, brother. That's awesome, man. You excited?
Thank you. No, I'm very excited. I'm ready to get to work away.
Hey, somebody told me this is your favorite team.
Man, Seattle was my favorite team growing up.
Hell,
isn't that crazy? Like he was a fan of the Legion of Boom. And, obviously playing defense, that's not a bad team to be rooting for.
What was he, 10 at the time?
I know.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. This is great, bro. Hey, where are you at right now? Are you with your family?
Yeah, I'm with my family right now.
That's great, man. Well, hey, I'm gonna shoot it over to our coordinator for you, bro. But hey, congratulations, man. Just so freaking happy for you. I'm so excited. And celebrate with your family, man. Cherish this, man. It's a special moment. You should be really proud of yourself, brother. That's great. You're a freaking Seahawk, bro. How about that?
Sure, man. That's crazy, man.
Hey, here's our defensive coordinator, Adam Dirty. Here you go. What up, Byron?
What's up, Coach?
What's up, bro? I'm super happy for you, bro. The freaking Seahawks. Enjoy this one, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Enjoy this day. Enjoy your family. I'm super happy for you. Super excited for you to be here.
Good job, everybody.
Okay, I'll pass you over to our D-line coach.
So he keeps passing. I'm like, at some point, I think he talked to the team chef. I think he talked to an intern on the team. It's like whenever I used to call my parents during the holidays and they have to pass you to every single member of the family. Like, I just wanted to say hi to mom and dad. That's it. I'm good.
It's a long phone call, but that was a life-changing phone call.
Yeah, but he sounded like you. I just love that he was a Seahawks fan before.
Welcome to Seattle. Rockaholics, we know that at some point you have gotten in trouble for something so beyond stupid, something that you'll never forget. Call us up now as we want to hear that story. Plus, your story will give you a chance at winning tickets to see In This Moment at the Moore Theater. Call us up now, 206-803-ROCK. We'll take your calls at 7:50.
The Daly Migs Show. The Daly Migs Show.
At Metro, get an iPhone 12 with 5G and a dual camera system for $99.99. Take amazing pictures and share them instantly. And don't put up with life's yada yada.
Yada yada.
Like photo bombers. Zoom, crop out,
Yada yada.
and bye.
You don't take yada yada in life, don't take yada yada from your wireless provider. Get iPhone 12 with 5G with no activation fees and nada yada yada. Only at Metro by T-Mobile. Switch to Metro, bring your ID. This offer isn't available for customers currently at T-Mobile or that have been with Metro in the past 180 days.
Here's why April chose to vaccinate her child.
I think actually meeting someone who was not vaccinated and now has a lifelong struggle with a childhood disease really cemented for me that it's super important that we as parents continue to vaccinate our children.
Talk to your pediatrician or visit yvaccines.com. Brought to you by Merck.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
For those in the market for flavor, there's Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas, a flavorful drink that's a modern twist on a Mexican street classic with 4 vibrant and refreshing flavors. Pineapple, watermelon, hibiscus, and cucumber lime, made with a splash of real fruit juice. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas are perfect for any fiesta, small or big. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas, boldly authentic, vibrantly flavorful. Drink responsibly. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas flavored beers imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois. Hibiscus contains juice only for color.
At Metro, get an iPhone 12 with 5G and a dual camera system for $99.99. Take amazing pictures and share them instantly. And don't put up with life's yada yada.
Yada yada.
Like photo bombers. Zoom, crop out,
Yada yada.
and bye.
You don't take yada yada in life, don't take yada yada from your wireless provider. Get iPhone 12 with 5G with no activation fees and nada yada yada. Only at Metro by T-Mobile. Switch to Metro, bring your ID. This offer isn't available for customers currently at T-Mobile or that have been with Metro in the past 180 days.
Here's why April chose to vaccinate her child.
I think actually meeting someone who was not vaccinated and now has a lifelong struggle with a childhood disease really cemented for me that it's super important that we as parents continue to vaccinate our children.
Talk to your pediatrician or visit yvaccines.com. Brought to you by Merck.
Now on the Daly Migs Show.
Damn. Some birds aren't meant to be caged. Yet, here we are, butt naked, eating soggy bologna sandwiches. Figure it's time to get busy living and get busy winning.
Let's play Cellmates.
Cellmates, where lawbreakers become game changers. This week we are playing for tickets to see In This Moment at the Moore Theater on August 25th. Let's meet our cellmates. We had Tony in Idaho. Tony, I have watched that show Locked Up Abroad. Were you almost on that show?
I really was, though, for risk, yes.
What happened?
So I'm from Arizona and live in Washington. So
Okay.
I had gone on a trip, road trip, and I took my 9mm gun and some bullets traveling. So I came back to Washington, got to SeaTac Airport, and flew to Japan and then to Thailand to go diving with the whale sharks. I called you guys.
Oh, yeah.
A couple months ago. Yeah. Okay, so I'm the person that dives with sharks. So I got to Thailand and went through the airport to go down to Koh Phanong and Koh Tao, which are the islands. And in Bangkok, the international airport, I was in TSA getting ready, going through the line. They closed down the other TSA line, and all of a sudden, all the TSA agents were taking pictures of the screen, and they wouldn't let me have my bag, and I just couldn't understand what was going on in my bag. Like, I was going, okay. So the lady says, you have a bullet in here. And I was like, a bullet? And so she just shows me the top of a 9mm bullet that was in the back pouch of my backpack that was inside. So it had fallen down into that thing.
Oh, damn.
So I had 6 TSA agents and 4 Thailand police officers escort me through the airport. They came and got the bullet with a box that was like a bomb box and was like carrying it out in front of them because it was a live round of ammunition. So it really could have. But so I was arrested for about an hour and a half underneath the airport while they drilled me about they wanted to know if I was a police officer because they couldn't understand why a female would have ammunition. And I kept saying, I'm not a police officer, so they did a background check. But the funny thing is, after an hour and a half, they let me go. They realized that I wasn't trying to do anything. It was an honest mistake. Of course, they kept the bullet. But I had gone through SeaTac Airport, and they didn't catch it. And I had also landed in Tokyo, Japan, and they didn't catch it there.
Isn't that funny?
And then, yeah, so that's kind of what saved my butt was I had all of those stubs of me flying, and I was like, I swear, like, I've been to all these airports. I wasn't trying to smuggle anything. the big thing, Thailand is you're not allowed to have guns there at all, let alone ammunition. So it was a big deal, and it was really, really scary for about an hour and a half. But they let me go. I got a plane and was able to go down and keep going scuba diving and have fun. But for that hour and a half, I don't know if you guys ever saw the movie called Broke Down Palace in the 90s with Claire Danes. I literally just in my head, I was like, I'm going to jail, I'm going to eat rotten rice, and there's going to be cockroaches in my ears for the rest of my life. I'm going to die. This is going to be
crazy.
my life.
Tony, out of curiosity, were you like sobbing? Because I feel like I would be crying. Or did you hold it together?
God. No. I lost it at the TSA line. My best friend had gone in front of me, and so she was waiting, and we were like, what the hell's going on kind of situation. When I told her it was a bullet, I said, don't tell my dad. Like, don't call my dad yet.
Don't call my dad until there are cockroaches coming out of my ears.
All right, Tony, let's meet your cellmate, who is Brian in Kirkland. Brian, how do they feel about weed in North Dakota?
That's a big NO out in North Dakota, but I will say after her story, I would rather get yelled at for weed in North Dakota any day over bullets internationally. But I did get in trouble out in North Dakota back when I used to play football. Somebody smelled a little bit of pot. We were just relaxing and definitely had quite the run-in with the authority, a lot more than I had expected. They threatened 3 to 5 years based on the smell of weed smoke, and I was put in cuffs, kicked off the football team, and escorted off the dorm in cuffs before I was released.
Holy smokes.
All over a little bit of pot. We're talking possession, less than a half ounce, terrible.
Brian, so you were playing college football in North Dakota?
Yep.
How did you have to explain to your parents that you got kicked off the team? I can't imagine they were happy to hear that.
Oh, my gosh. That was a very it was cool between the dad and I. He had kind of known, but this is where he and I both had to come clean with Mom. It was not cool.
Oh, no.
And if your mom's anything like my mom, like, she's the scary one.
Oh, no, yeah. My mom, not exactly. Brought the wrath of Mom down on us both over that one.
Real quick, I got to ask, did you play college football? Are you happy about the Seahawks pick with Byron Murphy?
Hey, hopefully this is a better, it's good building going forward with that. We'll see.
Let's build a wall, baby.
All right, Steve Migs, based on the severity of the crimes of our cellmates, who should go first in the game?
Let's start with Tony. And the bullets and the guns and the cockroaches and the bad rice.
That's just so wild. All right, Tony. First question to you, Tony. Does Barry Manilow know that you raid his wardrobe? Is a classic movie line from what 1985 John Hughes film?
Oh my gosh, I have no idea. Can I get a hint or no?
No hints.
No hints. Then I'm going to say, do you know Barry Manilow? In the 80s? I don't know. I'm going to say, I have no idea. Risky Business is about the only thing I can get.
The answer would be The Breakfast Club. Yeah. All right, Brian, next question to you.
If you get this right,
you're the big winner. If you get it wrong, the game continues. Brian, how many time zones does the contiguous United States have?
Ooh.
The contiguous United States, so not including Hawaii?
Yeah. That's correct. The contiguous United States.
4?
Yeah!
Damn, I would have guessed 3.
Nice!
Right?
You forgetting about mountain?
Yeah, and everybody always forgets about that mountain time.
What time is it in North Dakota right now?
North Dakota is going to be on Central Time, so 2 hours ahead. So what, going on 10?
Yeah. All right. Well, congratulations, Brian. You're going to go see In This Moment at the Moore Theater on August 25th.
I'm shocked he knew since he's been banned from North Dakota.
Yesterday was the start of the NFL draft, and there was a funny and embarrassing moment that involved an executive from one team and the mom of a kid being drafted. You'll hear what happened after Nirvana.
The Daily Migs Show.
Linebacker Dallas Turner is a player that was drafted by the Minnesota Vikings.
Drafted right after the Seahawks, and some Seahawks fans, I think a lot of people were very happy with the Seahawks pick with Byron Murphy, but some people were like, why didn't we get Dallas Turner instead? Like, apparently he's a really good edge rusher, but I think either one would have been fine with the Seahawks, but what the hell do I know?
Just a super fan.
I'm just a super fan that knows nothing.
Well, there was an awkward moment that happened after he was picked, and his mom was being interviewed by ESPN's Laura Rutledge.
And Danny, you're the one who tells it. Did you guys see this? I missed this when it happened. So, Sarah, you saw it as well?
I think I did.
It was so great. All right, here it is.
Tony, you've been out here cheering. I need another Vikings cheer, okay? Tanya. Oh, sorry. Tanya. I am so...
Oh, boy. That's always the worst.
Yeah. Read your notes.
And who the hell's Tony? Oh.
I am so sorry. I'm glad we got that corrected. Tanya, give me another Vikings cheer. Go Vikings! There we go. We're going to make sure we got everything good here, Reese.
It would be great if Reese went on and said, it's Rick. Just to kind of mess with her a little bit.
During all the draft chaos. Oh, yes, Sarah.
It was so cringy.
It
was so painful. It was so, like, and you could tell that
Mom wasn't happy.
Was not happy.
Well, did you hear the way she said it?
I want to hear it again.
Tanya.
Yeah.
Tony, you've been out here cheering. I need another Vikings cheer, okay? Tanya.
It's Tanya. Get it right, lady.
Yikes. Migs, I did see something yesterday that I need you to help me out with. As you know, I'm a new fan to wrestling.
Yes, all because of Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, you were not my gateway to wrestling. It was Cody Rhodes.
It's Cody's nice chest.
But AEW was kind of featured in the draft as well. Yes. What was that all about?
Okay, so I'll tell you. Long story short, Tony Khan is the son of Shad Khan, and Shad is the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, and Tony is one of the executives. They also own a soccer team in England as well. I think one of the Premier League teams. The guy's got a lot of money.
Very well-rounded.
So Shad basically just gave Tony a bunch of money to start his own wrestling promotion just for funsies, because he's just like, hey, I'm going to die with a lot of money, so I might as well just give him a bunch. I mean, really, they don't care. It seems like they don't care if the AEW makes money or not. It's just like a fun project for his son to keep busy and have fun with, because Tony's been a lifelong wrestling fan. So Tony's the owner of All Elite Wrestling. He's an executive for the Jacksonville Jaguars. On Wednesday night on AEW Dynamite, Tony Khan was a part of like a storyline where some of the bad guys came in and attacked him. And they picked him up, put him upside down, and then gave him a pile driver, which is when you take that person's head and you drive it into the mat.
Oh.
And then he's out. Shad, the dad, shows up. He's like, what are you guys doing? And all this kind of craziness is going on. So that happens. A lot of wrestling fans are like, well, how the hell is Tony Khan going to show up the next day? You know, he's got to keep the story going. He can't just show up being perfectly fine. He just received a pile driver. He should be in a neck brace or something like that. So the constant talk was, will Tony Khan show up in a neck brace? And most people are like, there's no way he's going to go to the NFL draft. One of like the most, a big deal. It's a respected thing. He's not going to go play his little wrestling thing into the world of the NFL. Sure as that's. Tony Khan is seen on camera with one of those cheesy neck braces. Oh, and it's so great because Rich Eisen, who's doing like the commentary about the draft, they finally go to the Jacksonville Jaguars. And wrestling fans were waiting because they traded their pick. And people were like, we just want to see Tony Khan. Is he going to fulfill and commit to the bit? And sure as that, he did. And he was Rich Eisen commenting on it.
Jacksonville Jaguars were on the clock, 17th overall, but they traded down as Tony Khan becomes the first ever NFL executive in a draft room, shaking off the effects of a pile driver he received on national television in a wrestling ring the night before. Such is life when you mix AEW and the NFL. Tony Khan, hang in there, buddy. Hang in there. That's it.
True commitment. I respect it.
I thought it was hilarious.
Yesterday, the Seahawks strengthened their defense with their draft pick, and the majority of fans are stoked about Byron Murphy, but there were a few that found any reason to complain. We will go straight to the comments at 8:20.
The Daily Migs Show.
Tired of sifting through countless supplements? Unsure of what's actually effective? Introducing Legion, the choice of over 800,000 discerning fitness enthusiasts. With all natural products, clinically effective ingredients, doses, and hassle-free money-back guarantee, you can achieve your fitness goals without the unnecessary guesswork. Say goodbye to wasted efforts and hello to results with Legion. You don't need supplements to build muscle, lose fat, or get healthy, but the right ones can help. Visit LegionAthletics.com. Go to LegionAthletics.com to get 20% off your order now.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
That's not just the sound of that first sip of Morning Joe. It's the sound of someone shopping for a car on Carvana from the comfort of home.
That's a good blend.
It's time to take it easy, like answering some easy questions to get pre-qualified for a car in minutes.
Talk about starting the morning right.
Just like customizing your terms so your car fits your budget. Visit Carvana.com or download the app to experience car shopping the way it should be. Convenient, comfortable.
Mariners playing at home tonight. First 15,000, I believe it is, get that turn ahead the clock jersey.
Yes.
You and Castle modeled them yesterday, and you looked very handsome, both of you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. That just shows how impressive those jerseys are.
For sure.
And they're taking on the Arizona Diamondbacks tonight.
And if you want to look...
Are not good, or not that great.
Should work out nicely for us.
You would hope.
If you want to look handsome, too, you should go to KISW.com and shop the Rock Shop. That is where you will find the My Oh Maybe shirt. Is this our year? Maybe. It is the baseball-inspired shirt at KISW.com.
Everyone knows social media is a time suck. And what you're about to hear proves it. If it's online, someone, somewhere, has an opinion and is whining about it. So let's get straight to the comments.
The Seahawks picked defensive tackle Byron Murphy with their 16th pick last night. Many fans fired up.
Hell yeah, man. Building the trenches right there on that front line.
But of course, there are some that are pissed. So let's go straight to the comments.
Now, we came across a lot of social media posts, and like you said, the overwhelming majority of the people seem very happy with it, or just kind of indifferent, or just like, okay, that was a smart pick on the Seahawks part. So it was actually very difficult for our friend Jason, our production director, a.k.a. Veggie Dog, a.k.a. VD, to find some negativity about Byron Murphy or the NFL draft just in general. So he did. He picked out his favorite ones. He re-recorded them in his own special voice. And are you ready to hear the first comment about the NFL draft and Byron Murphy?
Let's hear it.
All right, here we go.
O-line. O-line. O-line! We passed on a stud on the O-line for this guy? F*** me, the Seahawks are stupid.
Jeez, I know the dude from the Huskies is a really good offensive lineman, but you gotta be okay, buddy.
It's all right.
It's gotta be. They need more than just one position player.
Breathe through it.
Yeah, I do not want to be at a draft party with that guy.
No.
Is this dude's dad comfortable or what? Man's rocking a tracksuit for the draft. Hashtag goals.
Okay, I'm happy this person brought that up. Did you see the dad of Byron Murphy?
Yes!
That is definite goals. He looked awesome in that tracksuit. He looks like a guy that wants to party.
I'd party with that guy.
In a heartbeat. Yeah, I love anyone who rocks a tracksuit, I'm down with.
Hey, you rock a tracksuit.
I would like to. I
should start a club.
I would never think, though, if my daughter is ever in a situation where she's going to be seen on national television for like a massive like cool moment.
You should do it.
I've got a tracksuit. I would think that Tatum would be looking at me like, Dad, what are you wearing?
Slick. Looking slick.
I'm looking good for you, babe. All right, here's our next comment about the draft and Byron Murphy.
Hey, who the is protecting Gino? How about drafting that kid from UW? Gino is 34. Let's get our heads out of our asses, okay?
Okay, you're right. Should have drafted that guy instead.
These people should be coaches.
They are. Somewhere.
Armchair coaches.
The best thing about this draft was Eminem. I was legit eating my mom's spaghetti when Eminem walked out.
I don't believe you, buddy. Although I did see he's got a new record coming out. It's like The Death of Slim Shady.
Oh.
I'm kind of excited to hear it.
Like a rebirth.
Yeah, putting closure to the Slim Shady story. Mm-hmm. Eating mom's spaghetti.
Yeah, baby. Suck it, Pete Carroll.
Rude. Who even talks like that about Pete?
Me.
Was that one from you, Danny? What a random thing to bring up, though. Suck it, Pete Carroll. All right, we have another comment about the draft.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, that's... Same guy. Yeah.
Beef up the trenches, baby. This guy's gonna eat them all alive. Get ready, Niners. You're about to be f***ed. You too, Rams. Kiss my ass. Cardinals, you still suck. Seahawks for life. Let's f***ing go!
Okay, that guy's my favorite.
I love his spirit.
I love trashing all the teams. Cardinals, you still suck.
Yeah. Like all of them. They all suck.
And we have one more. You ready?
Yes.
I have no interest whatsoever in football, but I am enjoying looking at all these sexy men. They can tackle my ass anytime. Yummy!
And that was from Sarah.
That was definitely from Sarah.
Until you Google their age, and then you're like, whoa. They were born in 2000, 2002, 3.
Yeah, you're like a kook to them.
I am. I'm like 10 years older than a lot of these dudes.
You know what also made me feel old is, was it Marvin Harrison Jr., who's the son of Marvin Harrison, of course. But I remember watching his dad play, and I feel like that was just yesterday. And I'm like, wait, he has a son, and he's being picked 4th overall by the Arizona Cardinals, who still suck according to that one guy.
Now the coaches are younger than us, gang. Like it's getting bad. It's getting real bad out there.
It's been bad. I did see, was it Marvin Harrison Jr.? I don't know if he's finally signed it or not, but some people are kind of freaking out because they're like, you can't buy his jersey. You know, a lot of people get excited. Guy gets drafted, buy his jersey. He hasn't signed like a likeness deal with the NFL just yet. So if he doesn't, he won't even be featured in the video game and won't have a jersey for sale or anything along those lines. I got to imagine he'll sign it soon. But I thought that was kind of funny because it's pretty rare when a player gets drafted that you can't get his jersey.
How many? Just out of curiosity, how many Seahawks jerseys do you have? A lot.
I mean, I've given away a lot of them. Also, I've had from like Hasselbeck to like Craig Terrell, who was a friend of the show. If someone was a friend of the show, I would get their jersey. Like Grant Wistrom, nice. I had as well. You know, Danny and I were just talking last night because we have Walter Jones joining us at 9:00 this morning, and Danny's like, "Why haven't I gotten a Walter Jones jersey yet?" And I'm like, "You're right." Like a good throwback Walter Jones jersey? Yeah. Let's do it.
Let's get on it.
We'll be Walter buddies. Just like Bowie buddies.
Exactly. I've been saying this for years. He gives just as good of hugs as Bowie, too. So.
If not better.
Yeah.
Aww.
And if I'm getting into a fight, I think I want Walter Jones on my side and not Bowie.
I'll take both.
Is Walter Jones, is he a long hugger? Does he hold it for a long time?
And then breathes heavily in your ear.
Or is that how you hug?
Walter Jones. That's right. I got it confused. That's why he doesn't hug me anymore. No, he's just he just gives a good hug. A bro hug.
Big dude.
He's a good bro hugger.
Bear hug.
Yeah.
Bear bro hug. Recently, we talked about how scary it would be to get hit in the head with a foul ball or a puck. And a guy is going viral for being hit with a ball going 109 miles per hour. And he lived to tell the story. You're going to hear from him after Blind Melon.
The Daily Migs Show.
An LSU baseball fan getting smacked by a 109 mile per hour home run ball to the head is all over social media. His name is Corey, and he's got a big welt on his forehead.
Poor guy.
But he's going to be okay. Here is Corey talking about it.
You know, I've been carrying this glove with me for years. Now's my time. I got one coming. Hole in the glove, man. What can I say? Being off my dome and got a nice little goose egg.
Does it hurt?
It don't feel good. It felt like every bit of a 109 mile an hour home run ball, yes.
Did we get the ball afterwards? Or?
No, it skipped over the fence, but Josh Pearson, man, he's such a great guy. He came to toss me their toss ball that they do in between innings. Probably Friday I'll go get Tommy White to sign it for me and maybe kiss my Bobo.
Kiss my Bobo.
I like that he's just standing afterwards.
Dude, and it hit him so hard. He's right. It bounced, and it went up like another 10 or 15 feet after it hit his freaking head and then went out of the ballpark.
I mean, he looks like a pretty big guy, but I would think that kind of a hit to the dome would drop just about anyone.
Dude. Oh, man, yeah, I'm looking at it. I mean, it even broke skin, and he was wearing a hat. Well, he had a hat with a bunch of pins on it, so I wonder if the pins also kind of scratched his head, too.
That's almost happened to me twice now. Like, once at the Mariners game when I took Lily, and it landed 2 seats away from me. Mm-hmm. And I just did not see it. Everyone in the section was, looking at me, expecting me to catch it, and I just could not see the ball. And then we went to the Rainiers game semi-recently. Same thing. About 3 seats away. I was not paying attention. All of a sudden, I just hear... and it just hits off the seat and it flies away. And I was like, I could have caught that one too.
And I was so happy it didn't because I always promised Danny that if he ever gets hit by a ball, I'll kiss him in the Bobo.
That's true. That's really why I want it to happen.
I mean, I'm wondering if that guy went in for to get checked out because he had to have gotten some sort of a concussion or something.
Well, someone texted and said, to be fair, the ball was probably not going 109 miles per hour when it hit him in the head. That was the exit velocity of the bat. It would have broken his skull if it was still going 109 miles per hour. Still probably closer to 80 miles per hour by the time it got him. Still sucks, but sucks much less than getting hit with the actual 109 miles per hour. You're absolutely right.
I'm very happy we have someone who understands velocity that listens to the show because I wouldn't have known that.
Yeah, 80 miles per hour is still going to hurt your head.
Yes. You are listening to the Daily Migs Show. Give us a follow on social media. Our handle is @DailyMigs. BuzzFeed. They always put out these awesome articles. And in one recent one, they list off the things that everyone does but never talks about.
Okay.
So how many of these things have you experienced? When you get a call from a weird number, you immediately Google it?
Oh, I'm Googling it before the call is even over.
Same.
Like if I see it on my phone, I'm like quickly like writing down, memorizing the number and going onto Google, which is so dumb because it's just going to be spam anyway.
Every time, potential spam.
And then I'll just go down that rabbit hole. I'm like, I just wasted 4 or 5 minutes of my day based on this spam phone call.
Oh, yeah. What about this one?
Okay.
For the travelers in the room. When your flight doesn't board for an hour and you need to eat, do you walk to your gate first anyway just to make sure it's there and you know where you're going?
Every time. And I always think I'm such a weirdo for that. I'm glad that this one got brought up. I don't know. That's our first stop. Like, and my wife always thinks I'm hilarious because she's like, let's go to Hudson's and let's go get some food. I'm like, no. Let's find our gate first. She's like, we're in gate C10, and right now I'm looking at gate C1. She's like, I'm willing to guess that we're close to it. I was like, you just don't know. What if things have gotten changed? I always get so nervous about that.
You got to get your bearings.
Yeah. So everyone else does that too?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I do that. I do it more for the reason of I'm like, I want to go see what food options are around the gate in that area. Like, it's not necessarily that I want to check that the gate's still there. I'm like, there might be a McDonald's over there. Or there might be a Wendy's over there.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also want more opportunities to see what other options there are before we make a knee-jerk reaction and just purchase the first thing that's selling food.
Yep. Get the lay of the land.
Plus, wouldn't it be hilarious if you showed up to C10 and you're like, well, see, I was right. It's gone. Just went from C9 to C11 and you're like, where did that one go? It's at the other end of the airport.
What about this one? You're breathing fine until you lie down and then one nostril immediately closes up.
No, honestly, I don't think that one ever happens, but now it's gonna because I'm gonna think about it tonight.
I have a deviated septum, so I have one nostril that's not...
For life?
Yes.
You've had that?
Oh, yeah. Since I was in probably elementary school is when...
I don't know if something happened, like you took a ball to the nose or something like that.
I did take a ball to the nose.
Was this in college?
No, this was in elementary school. And my older cousin, he was like, hey, throw the basketball up and try to hit the power lines. So I did, and it came back down and I didn't catch it.
Just punked you right in the nose.
Smacked me right in the nose. And I've had kind of, I don't know if I don't think it was actually broken, but look how crooked my nose is.
Yeah, actually.
Oh, yeah, it's messed up.
Yeah, it's very Owen Wilson-like.
Oh,
no. It is. And now when I'm talking, you'll look for it. Because when I talk and my mouth moves, I
actually have noticed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have a crooked mouth. You have a crooked nose.
We don't need to know what's crooked on you guys. You just keep that to yourself, all right?
Shout out to Ray J.
Okay, another thing on this BuzzFeed list of things that everyone does, but no one ever talks about. One pocket holds your phone, the other holds everything else.
1,000% yes.
I don't relate to this as much because I'm a purse carrier, but
literally, I'm wearing quote unquote jeans. None of the pockets are real. So I
they're
can't
make-believe
relate.
pockets?
Yes, it looks like I have pockets in the back. This isn't working.
Wait, you don't even have a back pocket?
Nope. It's all fake.
I hope you got those on a discount then.
I didn't.
You know why that is, though? Because if you have things in your cell phone pocket and you pull it out, they fly out.
Oh, see, I'm more worried about scratching the screen with, like, my keys or something like that.
Oh, you got to get one of the fancy protector things.
Oh, I do. Like, I had the one when I got my new phone. It's the one that, like, they just, like, there's, like put some kind of, like, liquid on it and it hardens. Just, like, they just drip it all over your screen.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. And look, you wouldn't even know. Look at this thing.
Did you buy it in an alley?
I bought it at Lovers. Isn't that where we all buy our cell phones? Yes. No?
What about this one? If you need a specific item at the grocery store, but someone's standing in front of it, you pretend to shop for something else until they move.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't need pasta sauce, but this damn lady's in front of the Korean barbecue sauce, damn it.
This one I love. Danny, I feel like you'll also relate to this. The satisfying feeling when your ear randomly pops and your hearing increases by 50%. And Danny and I have ear problems.
Yeah, immediately. I noticed it on planes a lot more.
Especially.
Like, all of a sudden you're landing and you're like, why can't I hear? And then you swallow and it pops and you're like, oh my God.
There are times where even if you're driving and you don't realize you've gotten like a high altitude or whatever, and you're like, all of a sudden it pops open. You're like, wow, I forgot that I couldn't hear for like the last hour and a half.
Sometimes it even happens to me going up and down an elevator.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Craziness. What about this one? When you walk into a store to buy something, but they don't have it, when you walk out, you feel like you're shoplifting, even though you aren't?
I do.
I always feel that way. Like they're watching me. They're going to chase me down thinking I got things in my pocket.
I'd start running. Like, I don't even want to be caught. No, I will start looking around like, I hope not. But that makes it look even more guilty.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden you're looking around to make sure that nobody notices that you're leaving without anything.
Stressful.
Or at times where, have you ever gone to a place because you just needed to use the bathroom?
Oh yeah.
And then you're like, well, maybe I should buy something just to do them like a solid. Like, and then you don't, and you act like, at least I do this, I act like I couldn't find what I needed. Like I'm putting my hand, I wish I couldn't find it. I thought for sure they had that laundry detergent. I guess I'll go over to Fred Meyer. It's like, why am I putting on a show when they probably don't even give a crap that I just used their bathroom and I walked out?
It's like some 15, 16-year-old running the cash register. Like, look at this guy.
This loser. Dude, we get it. You had to poop. Just keep going. Oh, somebody said when we to go back to the airplane gates, we find our gate, and then either me or my husband stays with our daughter, and then the other goes to get food, so we have seats to wait right before boarding. That's a brilliant move.
That is. Because I don't like standing.
Yeah, and then, of course, everyone's taking, it's like every other seat's being taken. Someone's, like, luggage is on one seat, and you're just like, I
like to shimmy in there in between two people.
Yeah, you also don't want to sit next to anyone. Have you ever noticed that? It's always, you never take the seat next to someone.
No, unless you want to make them feel weird.
Well...
Which would be kind of funny if I sat next to them, grabbed my foot-long Subway sub, and just ate it in front of them. This is delicious, don't you think?
Start telling about your drizzle phone.
You guys have this thing on your phone where you just drizzle some liquid and it hardens?
Oh, my. Rockaholics, how would you like to beat Steve? He is currently 105 wins, 27 losses, and 15 ties in 2024. 206-803-ROCK. We'll play Beat Migs at 8:50.
The Daily Migs Show.
At Metro, get an iPhone 12 with 5G and a dual camera system for $99.99. Take amazing pictures and share them instantly. And don't put up with life's yada yada.
Yada yada.
Like photo bombers. Zoom, crop out,
yada yada.
And bye.
You don't take yada yada in life, don't take yada yada from your wireless provider. Get iPhone 12 with 5G with no activation fees and nada yada yada. Only at Metro by T-Mobile. Switch to Metro, bring your ID. This offer isn't available for customers currently at T-Mobile or that have been with Metro in the past 180 days.
Here's why April chose to vaccinate her child.
I think actually meeting someone who was not vaccinated and now has a lifelong struggle with a childhood disease really cemented for me that it's super important that we as parents continue to vaccinate our children.
Talk to your pediatrician or visit yvaccines.com. Brought to you by Merck.
Looking for a job is lonely. Endless searching, phone calls that go nowhere, applications that vanish into thin air. What if you could link with dozens of local companies who are hiring right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, endless opportunities, and no fees ever for job seekers. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
Look around. You can find cars like these on AutoTrader. New cars, used cars, electric cars, maybe even flying cars. Okay, no flying cars, but as soon as they get invented, they'll be on AutoTrader. Just you wait. AutoTrader.
At Metro, get an iPhone 12 with 5G and a dual camera system for $99.99. Take amazing pictures and share them instantly. And don't put up with life's yada yada.
Yada yada.
Like photo bombers. Zoom, crop out,
yada yada.
And bye.
You don't take yada yada in life, don't take yada yada from your wireless provider. Get iPhone 12 with 5G with no activation fees and nada yada yada. Only at Metro by T-Mobile. Switch to Metro, bring your ID. This offer isn't available for customers currently at T-Mobile or that have been with Metro in the past 180 days.
There are any number of reasons you might consider selling your home.
That's where an agent who is a Realtor comes in to navigate the process to sell your home in a way that's right for you. Because that's who we are. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors.
What's up?
Well, it's what's down that's got my attention.
Oh?
Look at that long snake.
Snake? Oh, traffic. Those are cars.
I know they're cars. I'm being metaphorical. If I were a human, I'd ride that Bel Air airport or shuttle. Look at it. It gets you to SeaTac quickly. You can sleep, look out the window, be productive, and it's in the HOV. Hey, maybe it stands for heading on vacation.
Bel Air Airport or Shuttle with 8 round trips daily. Click airporter.com to book your trip today.
The Daily Migs Show presents the most popular radio game on this side of the speaker. Let's play Be Migs. Be Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa, Be Migs, you're a loser.
Who's ready to be Migs? I know I sure am, because we made it. It's Friday. I think.
Friday, motherfucking Friday. Yeah. Everybody's ready for the weekend.
It's Friday. Gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. It's Friday.
Steve and I are fine in our seats, not in our head. Oh, not you too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you're all exhausted, aren't you?
No.
A little bit sweaty.
I need to sit down. I need to sit down.
Well, yeah, thank you,
Well,
Steve.
My favorite part
lightheaded.
is my watch yelled at me and said we were too loud.
I agree with your watch for once.
You guys need to tone it down.
Is the goal to get Sarah to jump at some point?
Oh, yeah. Apparently.
Have you never jumped on a Friday?
I have never jumped.
That's my mission.
No.
Oh, all right. Well, I don't know what it's going to take,
She's
but
a real stick in the mud, I tell you.
that voice. Let's get to John from South Seattle. John, are you there?
Yes, I am. Yes.
Are you jumping, John, or are you sitting like me?
I'm laughing, dude, at the first part of the song. She's awesome.
Oh, Gwen, our friend Gwen that we met over at the Seattle Kraken game.
Friday, motherfucking Friday. Everybody's ready for the weekend.
It's such a happy song, but she makes it sound so angry.
She gets me so fired up.
Friday, motherfucking Friday.
Oh, God. Hold on, dude. Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, she's the best. One of the coolest rockaholics we met at the Kraken game once.
And I'm Sarah, your host, and it's time for you to get out of here, Steve.
Bye-bye.
Oh, God.
For those playing at home, John has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you'll only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Yes, kind of, baby.
You broke John.
I know. It's so cute. What late businessman founded Apple?
Steve Jobs.
Correct. How many flavors are in the typical Starburst package?
3, 4, 5.
4, yes. The NFL draft took place last night in what city?
My beloved hometown, Detroit.
No way, really? Yes. What is the name of the fermented cabbage dish that's a staple in Korean cuisine?
Japchae.
No.
Pass.
What type of flower was once used as currency?
That's hard. Orchid?
No.
Pass.
Who played the title character in the 2017 movie Logan?
God, what is that guy's name? Pass.
On the zodiac wheel, what sign is opposite of Taurus?
Sagittarius?
No.
Capricorn?
No.
Cancer?
No. What team owns the longest winning streak in NBA history?
Golden State Warriors?
No. John, you started so strong, but you got 3 correct.
I apologize. That's funny.
God, no, that was a joy.
Also, out of curiosity, how is Detroit?
It's awesome. It's great.
Is it?
It's yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Like there's it's like Seattle. There's always hidden gems everywhere.
You know, if John loses, I'm blaming Gwen because I'm pretty sure Gwen broke something in John.
Yes.
She got all up in his head.
Friday, motherfucking Friday. Everybody's ready for the weekend.
John, your laugh is making my life right now. Steve, are you ready? What late businessman founded Apple?
Oh, Steve Jobs.
Yes. How many flavors are in the typical Starburst package?
5.
No.
4.
Correct. The NFL draft took place last night in what city?
Oh, in Detroit.
Yeah. What is the name of the fermented cabbage dish that's a staple in Korean cuisine?
That kimchi?
It is.
Yeah.
What type of flower was once used as currency?
Roses?
No.
Tulips?
Yes. Who played the title character in the 2017 movie Logan?
Oh, Wolverine. Hugh Jackman.
Correct. On the zodiac wheel, what sign is opposite of Taurus?
Libra?
No.
Virgo?
No.
Cancer?
No. What team owns the longest winning streak in NBA history?
Longest winning streak?
Yes.
The Los Angeles Lakers.
You know it. The first McDonald's opened up in what West Coast state?
Is that California?
It is.
Yeah.
How many feet are in 12 yards?
A lot.
How many?
36.
Yes. Wow, Steve. So close to a perfect 10, but not quite. You got 9 correct, though, which is a win, 9-3. Sorry, John.
No worries, man. You guys have a great weekend.
You too.
Oh, hey, John. Oh, you got rid of him. I was gonna play it for him one more time.
I'm going to live on that man's giggles.
Friday, motherfucking Friday. Everybody's ready for the weekend.
The John giggles were the best giggles.
I feel like I will always remember John when we play that audio now.
Yeah, I'm with you. I feel like we've been jaded to that audio, but hearing his reaction made me appreciate it again so much more.
Oh, yeah. Really did. You only got one wrong. The zodiac wheel, what sign is opposite of Taurus?
I'm going to throw out a guess of Scorpio.
And you would be correct. Taryn, you're killing it today.
Yeah.
Also, crazy that the tulips were once used as currency, and it made me sad because I have not experienced the Tulip Festival this month.
Tulips in the field, tulips in the park.
Just
but
Google
my
it,
favorite
it'll
tulips are
accomplish
the
it.
tulips in the dark.
Okay, how many times are you going to say that one?
Just twice a year.
Every time I ask my husband to take me to see the tulips, I hope he recites that.
Yesterday, the Seahawks drafted Byron Murphy in the NFL draft, and we will see what one of the greatest Seahawks players thinks about this. We're going to be catching up with Walter Jones after the Foo Fighters.
The Daily Migs Show.
Yesterday was the start of the NFL draft, and with the number 16 pick, the Seahawks did this.
With the 16th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Seattle Seahawks select Byron Murphy, defensive tackle, Texas.
So joining us now is Seahawks legend, NFL Hall of Famer Walter Jones, on to chat with us about the draft. Good morning, Walt.
Hey, good morning, guys. How you guys doing? Thanks for having me on.
So great to hear your voice. Danny and I have made the proclamation. We are now going to be starting our own new group called Walt's Buddies, and we're getting big Walt jerseys for this season. So I hope you're okay with that.
I'm totally fine with that, man. That's pretty cool.
Hell yeah. I think we got to go with the throwbacks, right?
Oh, totally. All day, every day.
When are we going to make the throwbacks the official jersey for the Seattle Seahawks?
I know. I've been talking every time I go over there. I ask that question, like, how many games we got this year? How many this, that? So I think for home game, that should be the home game jersey every time.
Hell yeah. So, Walt, how'd you feel about the draft? Were you happy with the guy that they picked? Or some people were hoping they were going to go with that offensive lineman from Washington. What was your take on it?
I thought it was going the way it was going. I think people have to understand what type of coach that we just hired, a defensive-minded coach. So, and I was just looking at what we got going on now. You know, you can find an offensive line late in the rounds, but I knew that he was going to go defense. You know, I think that's what he's going to build this team around, his defense, and let the offense do what they've been doing all the time. So I think it's going to be a great situation. So I think if you load up your defense and see what you can put together, and then you let the offense do what it do.
You know, what they said, that we're like one of the absolute worst teams when it came to stopping the run. And this Byron Murphy guy, you put him with Leonard Williams, who they just signed a big deal. You're building a wall up there on the defensive line.
Exactly. You're making it tough, man. I think anytime, especially for an offensive lineman, when you got one or two guys you got to worry about, that means that now everybody is one-on-one. I think as a good defense, that's what you want. You know, you realize that you're going to have a guy that's got to make a play. So I think if you get a good defense together and do that, now you can make some noise, and now you can get that crowd behind you too. So I think now you get this defense back to where it used to be, where teams was scared to come here and play in Lumen Field. So I think that's where he's starting at, and I figure that's where he was going to go with.
And Big Walt, talking about Walter Jones, obviously Seahawks legend, Hall of Famer, number 6 pick overall when you were in the first round of your draft. Does watching the draft bring back memories for you when you were a college kid and you're trying to figure out when are you going to get picked? And if so, could you bring us back to that time when you were picked by the Seattle Seahawks?
I think it does. I think every year. I think no matter how long you played or how long it's been since you haven't played, I think it takes you back to that moment. I tell people all the time, I said, that day changed my life, changed my family life, changed all my family and friends' life. So for me, every year, it brings you back to that moment and then bring you to the point where you're at now, where you're saying, man, hopefully I did it the right way. And sometimes you feel good because you have people post stuff. You post stuff thinking about it. You see people post that day, and every day for every player that get drafted, it's something that's amazing because that's something that you work for your whole life. And for me, getting drafted by the Seattle Seahawks, it was the best thing to happen to me. A small kid coming from a rural area down south and going out to Seattle, it was the best thing for me. I call Seattle home now. So for me, it was something amazing. Like I said, it changed my life and changed my family's life.
One thing I think we were excited to hear is that Byron Murphy, he was a Seattle Seahawks fan as a kid and really was inspired by the Legion of Boom era. When you were a youngster, Big Walt, who did you root for? What was your childhood football team?
I don't know if I can even put that out there. But, like I said, I'm from Alabama, so I have to tell the truth. All my family is they roll tide every day. They live it. And, being in a small town, you didn't give it like 2 teams just for why. It was Alabama or Dallas. Those are the 2 teams. As a kid, I can't remember any other teams. All I remember on Sunday was the Dallas Cowboys, the American team. So that's the team I watched with my granddad, with all my brothers, and then watched Roll Tide. But then, once I got older to playing football, I got hooked on Florida State, and that's where I wanted to play ball at. So, but growing up as a kid, and still to this day, I still kind of peek over there and see what Alabama is doing. But my love is with the Seminoles, but I grew up watching Alabama and the Dallas Cowboys.
So obviously I know you'll root for the Seattle Seahawks, but if they're playing the Cowboys, who do you root for?
Oh, I'm rooting for the Seahawks all day.
Come on, Taryn.
I was just double checking.
What kind of crazy-ass question
Just double
is that?
checking. Just wanted to make sure.
Hey, Big Walt, I also want to, you mentioned about coming to Seattle. Now Seattle's your home. And I saw when Byron Murphy was asked about Seattle, he's like, I've never been there. Or he said something along the lines of maybe he's been here, but he says, I just hear it rains there a lot. And I thought that was kind of a funny thing. That's his perspective and that's his perception of Seattle before he moves here and it becomes his hometown and becomes where he plays. For you, when you found out you were going to Seattle, what was your initial impressions of Seattle as a town? Like, did you have a certain thought about where you're going?
I didn't have no idea about Seattle. You see stuff on TV, but you didn't know.
Yeah.
And for me, I think I was at a point in my life where, you won't change. You want to see something different. Once you get to a certain point in your life, you want to do stuff. You leave home, you go to college, and then all of a sudden now you leave in Florida, going all the way to Seattle. So for me, it was something that I wanted to be part of. Didn't hear too much. With the rain thing, now that I've been there for almost 25 years, I get why people say that, but still, again, I think Seattle is a beautiful state. It doesn't rain as much as people. And then I'm a big guy, so for me, I tell them all the time, I say, if it's not raining, that means something is wrong in Seattle. So I look forward to the rain.
Well, it's so funny. Whenever we have you on, our text lines just blow up. People are just like, just tell Walt he's awesome. Just tell Walt we love him. Just tell Walt that he's the best Seahawk of all time. Man, it's got to feel good to know that your legacy lives on many years after you retired. And we love having you on, man. And thanks, as always, for joining us.
Oh, no problem, man. Thank you, man. You know what? I tell people all the time, like I said earlier, it's all about doing it the right way. And I thought I did it the right way. I watched the people in front of me, and I wanted to set that same example. So for guys now, younger guys can go back and watch film with me and say, okay, I want to do it the way Walter did it. So I just try to do that. I love my fans in Seattle. I love my fans all over the world. But still, again, I love Seattle. I love the fact that I can still bring a smile to people's face or bring a smile to when things start to change in Seattle. You know what I'm saying? The standard was already set when I got here. So for me to be able to say I played with one team and one team only, that really feels good.
Big Walt, are we going to see you at the Pearl Jam show? Last time I ran into you, I remember, run into you since then, but one of the times I ran into you was during a Pearl Jam concert, which I thought was just so awesome. My buddy Craig, his mind was blown. He's like, I'm a huge Walter Jones fan, and here's Walter Jones at my favorite band's concert.
You know what? I'm friends with Pearl Jam. I love to hang out with those guys and stuff. And when I do go to their concert, a lot of my friends mess with me because they ask me what's my favorite Pearl Jam song and stuff like that. And I'll be like, hey, I don't know of my favorite Pearl Jam song, but I can call Mike McCready right now. So.
That's what's up.
Walter Jones, Seahawks legend, NFL Hall of Famer. Thank you so much for being on the Daily Migs Show this morning.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys.
I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
We know, Rockaholics, that you are a massive music fan, but could you name a song after only hearing 1 second of the chorus? Prove it. And if so, you could win season passes for the Washington Wolfpack of the Arena Football League at Angel of the Winds Arena. 206-803-ROCK. We'll play Hook or Shook at 9:20.
The Daily Migs Show.
For those in the market for flavor, there's Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas, a flavorful drink that's a modern twist on a Mexican street classic with 4 vibrant and refreshing flavors. Pineapple, watermelon, hibiscus, and cucumber lime, made with a splash of real fruit juice. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas are perfect for any fiesta, small or big. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas, boldly authentic, vibrantly flavorful. Drink responsibly. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas flavored beers imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois. Hibiscus contains juice only for color.
At Metro, get an iPhone 12 with 5G and a dual camera system for $99.99. Take amazing pictures and share them instantly. And don't put up with life's yada yada.
Yada yada.
Like photo bombers. Zoom, crop out,
Yada yada.
and bye.
You don't take yada yada in life, don't take yada yada from your wireless provider. Get iPhone 12 with 5G with no activation fees and nada yada yada. Only at Metro by T-Mobile. Switch to Metro, bring your ID. This offer isn't available for customers currently at T-Mobile or that have been with Metro in the past 180 days.
1, 2, 3, 4. Those are numbers. But you already knew that. If you want to know what number you're going to pay each month for your car, use Kelly Blue Book My Wallet on Auto Trader. They're really good at numbers. Auto Trader.
Meet the Bedroom Suite by Thuma, the foundation for the perfect staycation. Time spent at home is the ultimate luxury, and Thuma makes it easy to stay in with lifestyle-enhancing pieces like the bed, the dresser, and the nightstand. To get $25 towards the bed, go to Thuma.co. That's THUMA.co to receive $25 off your purchase of the bed. Shop the bed at Thuma.co.
The Daily Migs Show presents the Extreme Music Showdown. Let's play Hook or Shook. Please sign this waiver before we continue. Thank you. We'll drop a 1-second snippet of the hook of a song. If you can't name the song, watch out. You're gonna get shook.
It is time to play the game, Hook or Shook. Danny is going to play 1 second of a hook from a song that he chose, and you have to guess what it is. This week, we are playing for season passes for the Washington Wolfpack of the Arena Football League at Angel of the Winds Arena. Their very first game is next weekend, May 5th.
All right.
We've got our contestant this morning, Brad in Whidbey Island. Good morning, Brad.
Good morning, guys.
Are you ready to be rad this morning?
Oh, I'm ready to be rad. Can I do a quick shout out to some guys at work? I just want to give a quick shout out to the guys in the pipe shop, AJ, Melby, Lords, Dizzle. You guys know who you are, the rookie, the old man Tom. This one's for you boys.
You guys sound like a good crew.
The pipe crew.
All right, Brad, you've got to get both songs right to win. The first one, you'll be on your own. The second one, this is where you can get shook as a member of our show at random must get it right for you. If not, you lose, and we will have to give those tickets to caller 9. So let's see who you're playing with, me, Migs, or Sarah.
Okay, wheels are spinning. Passing Steve, passing Taryn, back on Steve. Looks like it's going to land on T-Dog.
2 days in a row.
T-Dog and B-Rad.
Yes. All right, Brad, are you ready for your first clip?
All right, let's do a turn.
Oh.
It's a hard one.
Let's hear it
Let's
again.
do one more. Give it to me one more time. Oh. All right, give me some hints.
I feel like once you know it, you're like, oh, that's easy.
Okay, we just got a new song from this band this morning that we've been doing an Odyssey world premiere for.
Oh, I just turned you guys on.
Okay, hold on.
Come on, Taryn. You can give him a better hint than that. That's a little oddly specific. You're asking a lot out of the man.
Okay. Currently, the weakest link in this band is probably their lead singer.
Jeez.
What the hell?
Can I give him one? Yes. Tommy Lee.
Okay, so Motley Crue.
Yes.
Boom. And okay.
And the song for those who maybe like ladies.
Girls, girls, girls.
There you go.
Nice job, Karen.
You know what? I need a little help from my friend Steve. But we got there.
Also,
B-Rad.
fun fact, Monday at 7:20, we'll be talking to the weakest link of Motley Crue.
No, not the weakest link.
You said Vince Neil.
But we're going to be talking to him?
Yes.
Oh, my gosh.
Vince Neil and John Five, the guitarist.
Oh. Well, don't tell him I said that.
That's the first thing I'm going to say. No.
All right.
Taryn?
Are you ready, Taryn?
I am
7:20. Monday morning.
7:20 on
Motley
Monday.
Crue is going to be joining us to talk about their brand new song, Dogs of War.
Yeah.
And their issue with Taryn Daly.
It starts with, doesn't it say bastards? Bastards.
It should say bitch. Taryn Daly is a bitch.
All right. Danny, hook me up with my clip. Oh, no.
Oh, I got this one.
Play that again, Danny.
I think
Oh, I know it.
Give him a hint. Give her a hint.
I think I got the band. Is the band...
They're a three-piece band from Berkeley.
Yeah. So it's Green Day.
Yeah. And can we hear it one more time?
Okay, I think I got it. Is it nice?
You should know this.
Nice Guys Finish Last? Woo! Let's go, B-Rad!
Yeah!
I guess Steve's just sitting back enjoying the train wreck that this game has been. It's a game of zero integrity, and I love everything about it. It's really how
I can't believe we pulled that out of our. You know what?
We're a great team. We're a great team, Brad.
Great team, T-Dog. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
You guys are like the Houston Astros, just fudging it your way to winning.
We put an asterisk by nearly every winner.
It's quickly
in this
become
game.
my favorite part about this game is how much are we going to bend the rules so that somebody can win the tickets.
That's the thing. We want to give the listener the tickets so bad. We really don't want Caller 9 to ever get the tickets.
No.
Well, congratulations to Brad. He's going to get season passes to the Washington Wolfpack. Rockaholics, if there is something that we have talked about this morning that you would like to talk about, we would ask for you to call us up now. 206-803-ROCK. We're going to check in with the Rockaholics after AWOL Nation.
The Daily Migs Show.
All morning, we have received text messages and phone calls from you, Rockaholics, that we have not yet had a chance to get to, but the time has come where we are checking in with the Rockaholics, brought to you by the Law Tigers. We want to talk to you, so call us up now if there's something you'd like to chime in on this morning, anything that's on your mind at all. 206-803-ROCK. And Migs, before we get to the Rockaholics, I heard we have some breaking news.
Huge news. Bigger than the draft. Bigger than the Mariners season. It has everything to do with donuts.
Oh, yeah.
I am so fired up. I don't know about you guys, but big thanks to Christian and Cole who just swung by the station, dropped them off from Legendary Donuts. Starting today, this is hilarious. Starting today, you could get yourself your very own Daily Migs donut at Legendary Donuts.
Yeah!
That's what's up.
And we just got to sample it.
Yes.
It is a blueberry donut.
Blueberry donut.
With pink frosting.
Pink strawberry frosting.
It was delightful. And then the sprinkles are the color of the Daily Migs show.
Yes.
It's teal and white.
Yes.
And it is so fantastic. We split it 4 ways, and I want another one.
Breaking news. We tried the donut. And it's amazing.
What a day.
We have our own donut.
The Daily Migs show.
So, yeah, swing up by Legendary Donuts. You know, we want to have our name on every type of food possible in the Pacific Northwest. So now we have a burger in Olympia. Yep. Right? With Chef Cozy.
Yep. Chef Cozy hooked it up.
Over at the Cozy Burger place. Cozy's Corner. Cozy's Corner. He rules. And now we have a Daily Migs donut.
Where do we go from here?
I don't know. Do we need like a dinner, like an entree?
Ooh.
It's like
what would it even be?
You got so excited about that one.
I don't know. I'm actually very fine with just having a donut. This is pretty amazing. The Daly Migs donut, available at Legendary Donuts starting now.
Yeah.
And there's, 7 locations?
Yeah, and it's such a good donut, too. Just like the way that it's like blueberry cake. Ah, so good.
It did taste like cake. It was unreal. So shout out to Legendary Donuts.
And Christian, that's pretty awesome of him and his family. It's a family-owned business, and that was really cool. He's a big fan of the show and the station. He just said, I want to make you guys a donut. And here we are. We now have a donut.
206-803-ROCK. We are checking in with the Rockaholics.
I didn't realize that someone just texted and said, I really hope that the irony isn't lost on you guys when you talked about that dude that got beamed in the head with a baseball earlier this morning. The next song that you played, Blind Melon. Oh. It always happens. No matter what we talk about, unintentionally, a song will have something to do with it. And thankfully, that's a lighthearted story. He's fine. But there have been times where we've talked about serious stuff, and then like a song that kind of coincides with it plays after that, and people are like, I can't believe you played that song. Like, we would never do that intentionally, and B, we had no idea until the song started playing. We're like, oh crap, bad timing.
That's just the universe.
Yeah.
Rochelle in Granite Falls, you want to give a shout out to an event that's happening this weekend?
Hey, yeah. So this weekend there is a women's football jamboree at the Granite Falls High School football stadium. We women in Granite Falls formed our team this year, so this is going to be our first season. We'll be playing against the Lake Stevens Valkyries, the Skagit Valley Warriors, and the Stanwood Spartans. So we're all coming together to kind of kick off our season and play little mini games against each other. It's on Sunday from 12 to 4. There'll be food trucks and, yeah, right. There'll be food and there'll be merchandise and there'll be silent auctions, all kinds of fun stuff. So we're all of our teams are 501c3 nonprofits. We all simply raise money for youth sports in our own communities. So it's all for a good cause. It's going to be super fun. It's flackle football. I don't know if you've heard of that, but it's full contact flag. So there will be tackling.
Nice. Michelle, what position do you play on the team?
I'm a fullback and a corner also.
Nice. Busted through some people.
Is there a place people can go for more information?
Yeah. So the website to go is gfwomensfootball.com, or you can just buy tickets there when you arrive. And we also have a Facebook page too. So it's just Granite Falls Women's Tiger Football Facebook page. Give us a follow. And
so,
keep
Michelle,
up to date.
your team is called the Tigers?
Yes.
All right, that's our team. Screw the rest of the team.
Yeah.
We're Granite Falls
Hell
Tigers.
yeah.
Well, what about your color scheme on your jerseys or your merchandise?
Black and orange.
Oh,
yes, Danny.
I just got some new shoes for that.
He's literally wearing
Right
black
on.
and orange shoes right now.
We got to figure out how to.
Yes,
We got to figure out how to get some T-shirts and buy them from you guys, but we got to show some
yeah.
love. We're Tigers all the way.
Awesome. Thank you guys. I really appreciate the support.
And what number are you? What number are you, Rochelle?
I'm number 10.
Okay, we're cheering on number 10.
We're all getting number 10
Hell
jerseys.
Yeah. I said T-shirt. I can't afford a jersey. I'm buying a Walter Jones jersey. And I got to buy some cool shoes like Danny has.
Yeah, you do.
Rockaholics, how is it possible that someone accidentally mailed their pet 600 miles away? You're going to hear from that pet's owners at 9:50.
The Daly Migs Show.
A couple in Utah has been reunited with their cat, who they accidentally shipped via Amazon. The cat was hiding in a box that they had returned. Here are Carrie Clark and her husband explaining what happened.
We got the most amazing, insane news in the entire world. I just couldn't even believe that she was in California. I thought it was a prank. Like, I still hard to wrap my brain around. She was trapped in an Amazon package.
And it was in this really big-sized Amazon package.
We had no idea. So Matt took the package to the drop-off without knowing that our dear cat was inside.
How chill is the cat that you don't even hear it the entire time?
Right. Or at what point do you realize that it happened that way in the first place?
Yeah, there's got to come a moment where you're like, where's our cat? And then you start thinking, did we accidentally ship it back to Amazon.com? And also for the cat, I mean, I heard that the cat's going to be okay. It just had several days without food and water, but it's going to be okay. How do you trust these people ever again? You know what I mean? Like, if I'm that cat, I'm just looking at them all the time. Like, I don't trust you guys. You guys suck.
And they're looking back at the cat like, that was your fault, you dum-dum.
Every time they come home, like, more stuff is just trash. It's like, I'm getting...
That is one thing, though. Anybody that's ever owned a cat knows. Cats love a box.
Yeah.
They do. If they can fit in it,
Lots
they
of
will
dudes
go
do,
in
too,
it.
I tell you.
Oh, my gosh.
I walked right into that one, didn't I?
Kind of, yeah, softball. Cats and dudes.
Cats and dudes. Yeah, 6 days without food and water, but the cat is going to be okay.
Oh, good thing.
I mean, my dog can't go 6 hours without food, without being a little brat.
Oh, yeah, especially my older dog, Lulu. I don't think she even exists to be even a friendly member of our little crew. Like, she's just waiting to be fed. Like, she knows around when she's going to be fed, and she wakes up or gets off the couch and for like an hour just like kind of paces around her dog bowl. Like, I think it's around that time. And I always think, oh, it's going to get better with like the time zone change, like whenever you go ahead or whatever. No, she still figures out an hour before dinner time, she just starts pacing right around the dog bowl.
The whole scheduling thing is really screwed up for us, though, on the weekends because we feed our dogs at 4 a.m. when we leave to go to work. So at 4 a.m. on the weekends, that's when they start stirring.
Yep.
And I'm like, no, just a couple more hours, please.
No, they're hungry.
I ruined it for myself. The NFL draft started last night, and there was a big surprise that happened. Thanks to a UW Husky, we're going to tell you all about it during the Daily Migs download after Def Leppard.
The Daily Migs Show. Knowledge is power. So give us 5-ish minutes, and we'll give you, some interesting stuff you can talk about at work. This is the Daily Migs download.
A.K.A. the DMD.
Here's your daily dose of doings happening in the world.
The DMD is brought to you by Palace Lawn. Today is my day. It's National Pretzel Day. Let's all enjoy a pretzel. No cheese sauce, no mustard. Just enjoy a pretzel how it's meant to be, as a pretzel.
Out of curiosity, do you like cheese sauce and like brown grainy mustards normally?
It's not like if I had a pretzel and you dipped it in cheese sauce and I took a bite, I'd be like, this sucks. It's still delicious.
Okay.
It's still, I just don't need it.
It's not your preferred way of consuming. Okay.
Like, do you not enjoy a French fry and not dip it in anything?
I mean, I would if it was an emergency situation.
I'll go back and forth. Sometimes I'll have ketchup or ranch. Other times, I'm just enjoying the French fry as it is.
You ever dip your French fries in barbecue sauce? Because that is a life-changing experience.
I have done that. Sweet and sour sauce as well.
Can I just say, Steve, that you said you would accept your dipped pretzel and cheese, but at the Kraken game, you literally were about to throw away all of the cheese.
Yes.
So I don't believe you at all.
I was doing that mainly to piss you off.
Well, you succeeded, and I'm still not over it.
I'm just saying, if someone walked over and it's already been dipped in cheese, I'm not going to turn it down. But if I have the opportunity, get that cheese away from me.
Do you know what a pretzel without salt is called?
Delicious.
Baldy.
What?
A baldy. A pretzel without sauce is called, or without a salt is called a baldy.
A baldy?
Baldy.
Okay. Let's talk about the draft. That happened yesterday. The draft finally went underway, and you can see what the future for the Seahawks might be. Of course, the number one pick overall was by the Chicago Bears. They picked Caleb Williams, which a lot of people were expecting. The Seahawks, they decided to go with defense, which was actually rare for most of the teams. I think the first 14 picks in the NFL draft were offensive players. And 6 quarterbacks. Also, it was just like a crazy offensive draft day. But the Seahawks, they went defense.
With the 16th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Seattle Seahawks select Byron Murphy, defensive tackle, Texas.
I am excited to see that guy, along with Leonard Williams, just stopping the run. Something that was a massive issue for your Seattle Seahawks last season. Here's Coach Mike McDonald in a press conference after the draft talking about grabbing Murphy.
He just plays our style of football, really. I mean, and he's so talented.
At first, I thought when he said our style of football, I'm like, we were terrible on defense. I don't know if I want him to play our style of football, but I think he means the style of football that he hopes the Seattle Seahawks are going to play.
Let's go Hawks. On a local level, Talisa Fuaga, the very soft-spoken, gentle giant who went to Mount Tahoma High School in Tacoma, is officially part of the professional football world. He is going to be playing for the New Orleans Saints. They took him first round, 15th overall pick last night, which is super exciting. He also played O-line at Oregon State. Go Beavers. And very exciting to see that go down.
It was cool to see him and all of his family just freaking out and having a good time. That's my favorite part about watching the draft is just the celebrations. And I don't know if you saw the celebration with Michael Penix. I think him and maybe he also was surprised that he got picked so early in the draft because I think a lot of people were thinking later in the draft, maybe by the Las Vegas Raiders as well. Some even thought maybe he'd go in the second round. Well, he made it into the top 10 and surprised people with that.
With the 8th pick in In the 2024 NFL Draft, the Atlanta Falcons select Michael Penix Jr.
Well, there it is.
Wow.
Washington. That is the first surprise of the NFL draft, to say the least. You know who I think was very surprised? Kirk Cousins, who just signed like a big contract with them for 4 years, $180 million with $100 million of it guaranteed. And there's back-to-back Huskies. Right after him, it was Rome Odunze, who he got picked up by the Chicago Bears. And then later on, Troy Fautanu? I don't know.
Fautanu.
He's not a Seahawk. I don't need to remember it now. He's a Steeler. He's going to be protecting Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
The Seattle Mariners secured a 4-3 victory over the Texas Rangers yesterday, clinching the series and taking back the lead in the AL West. Luis Castillo delivered 6 solid innings, looking for a big game tonight.
Big weekend taking on the Arizona Diamondbacks. And real quick, I don't know if Sarah is going to get you excited or not, but did you hear that The Bachelorette was filming here in Seattle?
I did, and I missed it.
Was it Jen Tran? She's the Bachelorette?
She is.
And I guess she went on some dates, including over at Pike Place Market, Kerry Park. Went shopping in some places as well, on a hot air balloon date with a couple of the dudes.
That's so cool.
I'm shocked you didn't track them down.
I know. Well, I saw all the pictures when it was too late. I would have.
Hey, as far as weather, we're going to hit a high of 60 degrees. It's going to be cloudy. That is the DMD, and that's what's up.
Ryan Castle is up next with your Morning 12-pack.
The Daily Migs Show. The Daily Migs Show.
Here's why April chose to vaccinate her child.
I think actually meeting someone who was not vaccinated and now has a lifelong struggle with a childhood disease really cemented for me that it's super important that we as parents continue to vaccinate our children.
Talk to your pediatrician or visit yvaccines.com. Brought to you by Merck.
At Metro, get an iPhone 12 with 5G and a dual camera system for $99.99. Take amazing pictures and share them instantly. And don't put up with life's yada yada.
Yada yada.
Like photo bombers. Zoom, crop out,
Yada yada.
and bye.
You don't take yada yada in life, don't take yada yada from your wireless provider. Get iPhone 12 with 5G with no activation fees and nada yada yada. Only at Metro by T-Mobile. Switch to Metro, bring your ID. This offer isn't available for customers currently at T-Mobile or that have been with Metro in the past 180 days.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.